is Carroll Buckley.
Well, thank you, Gabe Lemus. The ears of Texas are upon us as the Central Spartans are hosting Del Valle High School from El Paso, Texas. And we have an early start tonight. And, well, it's kind of a right in the middle of Pacific time and Mountain time. So it's kind of splitting the difference for the teams. The Central Spartans and the Conquistadors from Del Valle High School in El Paso. And this is a rematch. And 2 years ago, there was a terrible tragedy in El Paso, a mass shooting at a Walmart in El Paso, devastating that city and the country. And it was just one of those things. Central had a bye, had a cancellation. Del Valle had an opening. Coaches got together, ADs got together, and on very short notice, they put together a football game in El Paso. And that football game was given a lot of credit for healing a lot of the hurt that the city of El Paso had undergone with that shooting that so deeply affected them. Of course, the Imperial Valley, El Paso, so much in common, both right on the border and both very much bicultural. And it's kind of a natural matchup. Will it continue after this year? I don't know, but it might not be a bad idea. The Del Valle Conquistadors, well, John Driffill has done some research, and he'll update what we can expect from them as our pregame show continues.
The CB Stop in Calexico is your one-stop location for ice-cold beer, wine, and your favorite beverages. They have a selection of sandwiches, chips, snacks, ice, and Flavor Lotto, including Powerball and Mega Super Lotto. You can even get fishing bait and a fishing license. The CB Stop has it all, along with a gas station with diesel and a car wash. Open 24 hours a day. The CB Stop, located in Calexico at the corner of Cole and Balfour Road.
Hacienda Snack Bar has been around for a long time, serving breakfast to lunch Monday through Friday, serving your favorite breakfast burritos to the Hacienda Burger. And when it comes to catering, they do it right with good hot food. They can put a meal together to fit your budget for any size party, big or small. Stop by Hacienda Snack Bar at 941 K Street in Brawley. Talk to Mario and let him cater your next event, or call 760-344-5542. That's 344-5542.
The Central Union High School District is back in session, and they want you to know that it's safe. Teachers and staff are working hard to provide the best education for students, and students need the positive high school environment to succeed with in-classroom instruction and extracurricular activities. The Central Union High School District, Southwest High School, Central Union High School, Desert Oasis, and Phoenix Rising High Schools, and the CUHS Adult Schools salute their staff, teachers, and administrators.
We all love an expert. We've got a roof expert, a plumber, a great mechanic. The list goes on. Imperial Valley Allstate agent Julie Oliver is your local insurance expert that knows the community. So whether it's protection for your car, home, boat, motorcycle, or more, Julie is here to help. Call your local Allstate agent Julie Oliver today at 760-353-5800. That's 353-5800. Julie says, please stay safe and healthy. You are in good hands. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability.
Okay, John Driffill, you've done some research. What do we expect from Del Valle?
Well, they are a well-balanced team. They're a very well-coached team, and this could be Central's toughest opposition they're going to face this year, including if they go deep into the playoffs. Del Valle comes in with a 5-win, 1 loss, and that one loss was actually in overtime, which obviously means they were in the game. They've outscored their opponents in the 6 games 234 to 136, so almost a 100-point advantage. And they're led by their quarterback, Jesse Ramos, and their running back, Christian Martinez. Jesse Ramos is 69 for 118 for 1,061 yards, 12 touchdowns, and 1 interception.
Stan's Auto Body has been serving customers in the Imperial Valley for many years now. Their mission is to be recognized as a premier provider of auto body repair services. Stan's Auto Body also works closely with you and your insurance company on your collision repair. They're committed to delivering superior quality and customer service by exceeding your expectations. Stan's Auto Body thank you for making them #1 with CarWise.com. Give them a call or stop by 1880 West Euclid Avenue in El Centro.
McNeece Mart is your one-stop convenience store with a drive-through car wash. And now McNeece Mart has upgraded their car wash. It's state-of-the-art with 3 different washes to choose from the $7 Express wash to the $9 Deluxe wash to the best of the best $12 Premium wash. Also, purchase 8 gallons of fuel and get $1 off your car wash. And get the punch card. Pay for 5 washes, get the 6th one free. Yes, McNeece Mart, your one-stop convenience store at the corner of Dogwood Road and East Main Street in El Centro.
The original Town Pump has relocated in Brawley at Brownies Diner, offering you the same great steaks and more. Open every day except Monday with patio dining, with breakfast and lunch served from 7:30 a.m. to 2 p.m., dinner from 4 p.m. to 8:30 p.m., and open Sunday 7:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. Now with indoor dining. For delicious home-style cooking at its best, now there's one location that has it all. Brownies Diner in Brawley.
Well, we are awaiting kickoff as the Central Spartans host the Conquistadors from Del Valle High School in El Paso, Texas. John, what else do we know about Del Valle?
Well, we mentioned their quarterback who's led them for 1,061 yards already on the season, which means he's got a shot to go over 2,000 yards. But the big thing is 12 touchdowns and only 1 interception. So that's a great touchdown to interception ratio. But they're not just a passing team. They will throw the football, but they're not just a passing team. Kristen Martinez has carried the ball 119 times for 780 yards and 6 touchdowns on his own. So they are a dual-headed attack. They come at you running, passing. They usually get a big lead, and then they let the running game just kind of ground you into the ground as they take the victory, take it home with them, get ready for the next week. They are looking to revenge from a couple years ago when they did lose their game in their home stadium, one of the few losses that they have suffered in their home stadium. They're a relatively new school, Carroll. They're opened about 12 years ago, and they had the same coach up until 2 years ago. So their current coach his first year was 2 years ago, and they had a little rough start. Then he got things going, and the last year they were very successful. This year they're actually rated #1 in their division. Now, Texas has a lot more divisions than we do. We only have the 5 divisions out here in the San Diego section. But Texas is like LA. They've got, 12 or 14. But I can't tell you which division they're in, but I do know they're rated #1 right now in their own division.
We should point out, you mentioned their quarterback Ramos. Well, their quarterback from about 5 years ago, a young man by the name of Steven Montez, is a backup quarterback with the Detroit Lions. After matriculating at Del Valle High School, went on to Colorado, and that would make Butch Taylor happy. And he is now a backup with the Detroit Lions. So they have a history, and they also have a history and a reputation. They are an outstanding academic institution as well. And that is as important as the athletics part as well. And here's the Great Spartan Band. we will continue with our pre-game show after this.
Start the day off right by having breakfast at the Broken Yolk Café. Once again, voted best breakfast in Imperial Valley by you, our customer. Thank you. Now remember, Broken Yolk strives every day to bring you great service and great food, still preparing everything fresh daily. Open for breakfast and lunch 7 days a week from 7 a.m. till 2 p.m. Log on to Broken Yolk Café and join the club or order your meal online. Broken Yolk Café on North Imperial Avenue in El Centro.
The CB Stop in Calexico is your one-stop location for ice-cold beer, wine, and your favorite beverages. They have a selection of sandwiches, chips, snacks, ice, and play the lotto, including Powerball and Mega Super Lotto. You can even get fishing bait and a fishing license. The CB Stop has it all, along with a gas station with diesel and a car wash. Open 24 hours a day. The CB Stop, located in Calexico at the corner of Cole and Bowker Road.
Well, John, our game, we're going to get started here very shortly, and it is an early kickoff. I did notice the Del Valle team came with their inflatable, the inflatable Conquistador that they run through to start the game. And obviously they had a big truck just to bring that, I believe. But our game tonight at Cal Jones Field, what else is going on? Well, last night it was Holtville and Palo Verde in Blythe, and Holtville got beat by Palo Verde 40-8. And John, you and I were talking a little bit about that, kind of a little bit of a shocker.
Yeah, that was a real surprise, as Holtville had been playing quite well all year. We don't know the details, if there was kids that were out for whatever reason, didn't make the trip. Did Palo Verde have some kids that weren't eligible and now they are, or, that had been maybe out with COVID or something and now they're back? But Palo Verde has been competitive, but they certainly have not put that kind of hit on anybody, especially a team with the quality of Holtville. So very, very unusual, and probably have to get the full story to find out exactly what happened.
Okay, also tonight, Imperial is at Brawley. Mickey Dale, George Grijalva will have that game on the web, KXORadio.com, and on our YouTube channel. Calexico is at Southwest this evening, and that should be a good game, actually. Two teams that should be pretty well matched. Tomorrow night, it will be Calipatria and Vincent Memorial. So kind of spread things out. Why are they playing on a Thursday? Why are they playing on a Saturday? I'll tell you, one reason is the lack of officials. Enough people, men and women, because it's not just a guy thing, are not available to officiate the varsity level games. And so they're having to kind of spread them out a little bit. And, what I would suggest is become an official in football, basketball, volleyball, wrestling, baseball, softball, any of the activities. The games and matches cannot happen unless there are officials. Enough of the soapbox. We've got more of our pre-game festivities coming up.
We all love it. Expert, a plumber, a great mechanic, the list goes on. Imperial Valley Allstate agent Julie Oliver is your local insurance expert that knows the community. So whether it's protection for your car, home, boat, motorcycle, or more, Julie is here to help. Call your local Allstate agent Julie Oliver today at 760-353-5800. That's 353-5800. Julie says, please stay safe and healthy. You are in good hands. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability.
Hacienda Snack Bar has been around for a long time, serving breakfast and lunch Monday through Friday, serving your favorite breakfast burritos to the Hacienda Burger. And when it comes to catering, they do it right with good hot food. They can put a meal together to fit your budget for any size party, big or small. Stop by Hacienda Snack Bar at 941 K Street in Brawley. Talk to Mario and let him cater your next event, or call 760-344-5542. That's 344-5542.
Well, Del Valle won the coin toss and have deferred. They will kick off, and they will be going from left to right, from west to east across your radio dial.
Your favorite NFL team plays on Imperial Valley's AM 1230, KXO El Centro.
And we are just about ready for the kickoff. John Driffill, and dropping back Arturo Estrada and Sergio Garcia, the freshman. And he is he the fastest guy on the team? May well be.
Yeah, Skylar Cook might want to go ahead and get in the conversation there, too. He's as well as Marini, who's a very fast runner. And then you've got Sullivan. So there's a lot of speed on this Spartan team this year.
And the kickoff is away, a low driving kick, and it is Garcia at the 10, out to the 15, to the 20, and is hit hard. He ended up a Garcia sandwich at the 23-yard line. That was just kind of like a pincher's move, and boom, two guys hit him simultaneously and dropped him. So it's a return of about 13 yards. It'll be 1st and 10. Spot the ball on the 23. The Central Spartans with Damian Rodriguez at the helm will come out. And now somebody jumps, and I believe the way he was acting, it was the defensive end for Del Valle, and the Spartan tight end reacted. So instead of 1st and 10, John, it's 1st and 5.
Yeah, trying to anticipate the snap count. The defensive end came across, and so the guard can pull himself up to protect himself, and that's why it's...
And the handoff right up the middle, and there is nothing there. Nothing for Charlie Sullivan. And actually, it'll be a loss of a yard, so it'll bring up 2nd and 6.
Yeah, you get a 1st and 5, so you sure hate to see negative yards on the first play, but that's what this Del Valle team is known for, is their team speed. They're big, of course. Couple 280-pounders right there over the center, but they also have a lot of team speed.
Cook goes in motion. And play action, dump it off. It is complete to Cook. He's across the 30 and drops the football and then recovers it. Kind of a necktie, Dick Night Train Lane tackle. You got to be old to remember him, John.
I do. Detroit Lions, Night Train Lane.
And
one of my favorites.
He had about a 5-yard gain, but on the fumble, lost 4 of that. It'll bring up 3rd and 5. So spot the ball on the 29-yard line. From the shotgun.
Looks like we jumped across again, but this should not be enough for a first down, although it's going to be very close.
It's going to be very close, and I think it is a first down, John. Yes, it is. So we'll take it on the penalty, and it was the same defensive tackle that jumped, John. He a little bit antsy, ready to get played. As you pointed out, Del Valle, big. They do have speed. Spartans, not as big. They may be a little bit faster. 3 down linemen, play action, dump it off, and it is batted down at the line of scrimmage as the outside linebacker got an arm up and knocked the ball down. That was Gian Guardado. He's a 6'4", 200-pounder. They list him as a defensive end, but he was in coverage.
Pass was intended for Elijah Perez.
2nd and 10. Rodriguez, again, from the shotgun. Rolling to his left, looking downfield, and fires into double coverage. Intended down there for Skylar Cook.
That time, Rodriguez very wisely threw it away. We can also see a little bit of the philosophy that Central's bringing into this game as they're rolling Rodriguez out. He's taking the snap in the shotgun formation about 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage, but he's rolling out, not standing there, trying to give himself some time, let these receivers get open.
Again, shotgun, 3rd and 10. Drops back, looks over the middle, and incomplete. There is a flag behind. That should be pass interference. And
yeah, we'll see if it's a hold instead of pass interference. The Del Valle coaching staff is saying the pass was uncatchable because the player broke inside and the ball was thrown outside. But let's see if they called him.
They called hold.
Right, so it doesn't matter where the ball goes if you're holding. So that'll be 5 yards, but it should be an automatic first down.
And you know the first thing coach is saying on the other side, are those California rules? So, and with a 3rd and 10, and they march off 10 on the hold, it should be a first down.
Yeah, there's no way it can't be because we've had 2 incompleted passes. There hasn't been any penalties or any sacks behind the line of scrimmage, so it's got to be a first down.
Benny Carter finally got that message across to the chain gang, and they moved. So it is spotted on the 44-yard line, 1st and 10. Thank you, El Paso.
Second straight first down, courtesy of El Paso defensive penalties.
Again, 3 down linemen.
Sullivan is in the backfield this play.
Fake it to Cook, dump it off, and it is up in the air, deflected, picked off, and it'll go for 6. Running down the near sideline, and finally he is spun out of bounds as Sullivan spun him out, but the interception by Isaac Williams, we're going to hear a lot of that name, and Williams picked it off on the deflection and took it back about 40-plus yards. They'll spot it on the about the 9-yard line.
So we'll be first and goal as Rodriguez had really zeroed in on the intended receiver. He did not take his eyes off of him, and so that gave the defense a chance to come in and kind of collapse on the ball. So had 3 players around it, and there goes the interception. Let's see what Del Valle does now with excellent field position.
First and goal from the 9. And the handoff to Martinez, and Martinez is stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain. Second and goal. Okay, they give him forward progress down to the 7, so it's a gain of 2. Second and goal from the 7. Martinez will get a whole bunch of touches tonight. Ramos will do a lot of the ball carrying as well. And on the run option, it is handed off to Martinez. Martinez down to the 5-yard line. He is ridden down. And on the tackle for the Spartans, Julian Cortez.
We're going to see some of the philosophy of this read pass option because that time the quarterback read the linebacker and then gave the handoff. This time he's probably going to run the same play, fake the handoff. That's going to draw up the linebacker, and then there'll be a player behind him standing in the end zone for the open touchdown pass. Let's see if that's what Del Valle does. They are adroit. They have 3 wideouts.
And the snap back is a bad snap, rolling, looking, firing into the end zone, and making the catch for the touchdown for Del Valle. The touchdown, Damian Diaz on a busted play. The wide receiver, the junior, Diaz, caught it, juggled it, went to the ground in possession, and Del Valle puts up 6. We'll have the point after attempt. Isaac Williams will try that.
The same Isaac that had the interception.
The kick is up. The kick is good. We've got 8:29 to play in the first quarter. It is Del Valle 7, Central nothing.
McNeece Mart is your one-stop convenience store with a drive-through car wash. And now McNeece Mart has upgraded their car wash. It's state-of-the-art with 3 different washes to choose from the $7 Express wash to the $9 Deluxe wash to the best of the best $12 Premium wash. Also purchase 8 gallons of fuel and get $1 off your car wash. And get the punch card. Pay for 5 washes, get the 6th one free. Yes, McNeece Mart, your one-stop convenience store at the corner of Dogwood Road and East Main Street in El Centro.
The Central Union High School District is back in session, and they want you to know that it's safe. Teachers and staff are working hard to provide the best education for students, and students need the positive high school environment to succeed with in-classroom instruction and extracurricular activities. The Central Union High School District, Southwest High School, Central Union High School, Desert Oasis, and Phoenix Rising High Schools, and the CUHS Adult Schools salute their staff, teachers, and administrators. The Valle Conquistadors jump out to a 7-0 lead following the interception and then a 9-yard drive. High, short kick. It is fielded at the 20, out to the 25, to the 30, looking for a hole. Getting stacked up at the 31-yard line is Gavin Marini. So the Spartans will put it in play, 1st and 10, spotted on their own 31-yard line. The
Spartans, yeah, they've broken the huddle. They have a play called already, so they're going to see if they can do a quick snap here before Devaya gets set.
Nobody's picked up the slot man on the right side, John. Now he goes in motion. Snap back, handoff right up the middle, and that would be Sullivan, and is brought down by his ankle. Otherwise, he'd still be running. Santiago Cianes with the tackle. Charlie Sullivan rips off 8.
And that was behind the block of Skylar Cook, the man in motion that was uncovered, and he just cleared out the linebacker. Almost broke that for a big gain.
Cook again goes in motion. That means typically he's going to be blocking, and that's exactly what he does. And it is Sullivan into the middle, and he is wrapped up and dropped for no gain. And on the tackle was Abraham Maltos. It is 3rd and about 3.
Jared Martin checking into the game, the freshman. It'll be his first play.
That's a familiar name. And the snap gets past Rodriguez, but he does fall on it, and fortunately for him, he fell on it instead of just trying to pick it up. That will be the loss of about 8. It'll be 4th and 12.
Yeah, that was the Wildcat, Carroll, as Charlie Sullivan was actually back to take the snap, as he was going to run the Wildcat, try to pick up the yards, and it was a good snap. He just took off like what happens when you get excited before he actually saw the ball in his hand. So we'll see the first punt of the evening now.
Snap back, low snap, gets away, nice kick. Unfortunately, it doesn't take a good bounce. It'll be 1st and 10 for Del Valle on the Spartan 45-yard line. So once again, they will start with a short field.
You're listening to high school football on AM 1230 KXO Centro and on the World Wide Web at KXORadio.com.
And John, we have no scores to pass along because we're the only game in town right now.
We have last night's score, the Hopeville Palo Verde, which you've already given.
1st and 10, Conquistadors from the Spartan 45-yard line. Snap back, looking, has time, gets it away. It is complete and spun out of bounds after about a 5 or 6 yard gain. The completion to Diego Estrada.
Yeah, that's a player that he just changed his uniform number, so he is one of their tight ends. Diego Estrada with the catch. 6-yard pickup.
2nd and 4. Estrada goes in motion. They toss it to him, and on the sweep, he is across the 35 down to about the 32-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10. So Estrada, lining up as a wide receiver, does that jet sweep. He's not the fastest guy out there, but he was very effective.
He was wide open as Central did not follow him in the motion, and he took the pass and took it upfield for the first down.
He goes in motion again. They hand him the ball. This time he goes the other way, and this time he doesn't fool the Spartan defense as Skylar Cook drops him for about a yard loss. Once fooled, not going to happen the second time. Cook played his position. Got to make Coach happy on that one.
First negative play for the Conquistadors here, as they are 3 for 3 passing.
It is Ramos with Martinez right next to him from the shotgun. Fakes it to Martinez, dumps it off, and it is complete again and again. The Spartans have it defensed as the pass to Estrada.
And that's good for no gain, Carroll. So Ramos keeps his perfect 4 for 4, but that time no gain. So it'll bring up 3rd down and 11.
And the Spartans' speed shows up. We've got 4 minutes to play in the first quarter. It is Del Valle 7, Central nothing. 3rd and 11 for Del Valle. Fake it to Martinez, and it will be Ramos keeping it. Ramos will be shoved out of bounds after a pickup of about 5 yards. It'll bring up 4th and 5. We'll spot the ball on the 28-yard line. And what do we do? We got a kicker, got the wind to your back.
Yeah, they definitely have a kicker. It's 45 yards, but they're going to go for it. They're already leading, so they feel they have the momentum.
Ramos from the shotgun. Martinez is right next to him. Now he goes over and looking at the bench, and coach changes the play. Let's see if they can get it underway. He does. Ramos back in the pocket, fires, and it's in and out of the hands of the intended receiver. Goes incomplete, and the Spartans will hold and take over on downs. The pass was intended on the outside to Adrian De La Torre.
And Carroll, I mentioned that Jared Martin was in on the previous series offense. He played that entire series on defense, the freshman. So Central, they've got a good group of freshmen that are making impacts here in this for this football team this year.
1st and 10, Central. Rodriguez. Hands off to Cook. Cook, nothing in the middle. Tries to bounce to the outside and gets tripped. And Sullivan on the carry. He'll lose a yard, 2nd and 11.
Unfortunately, when Sullivan was in the Wildcat, the ball that was snapped that he did not feel properly cost him 8 yards. So he's in the negative yardage right now.
Sullivan lined up right next to Rodriguez on a 2nd and 11. Handoff to the wide receiver on a sweep, and bringing it out and down is Sergio Garcia, the speedy freshman, as he picks up 4 yards. It'll be 3rd and 7. The ball is spotted on the 31-yard line.
Yeah, that's an excellent play where it's exactly the same thing that Del Valle's already run twice. And so Del Valle, it's not like they haven't seen it before, but Centro did a good job of blocking at the point of attack.
3rd and 7. Cook goes in motion. Fake to Sullivan, look downfield, fires downfield, and it is caught at the 42-yard line in Del Valle territory.
Skylar Cook.
Skylar Cook with another highlight catch. And to explain, he got 1 foot down. That's all you need in high school.
He was right on the sideline, but a perfect pass and a perfect catch.
1st and 10. Rolling to his right, looking, Rodriguez fires deep downfield, got a man open, and it is caught inside the 5.
Freshman.
And it'll be spotted on the 2-yard line.
Sergio Garcia, the freshman, the safety came up and made a play on the ball, wasn't able to deflect it. And Sergio Garcia with a great catch. The ball's inside the 5, first and goal for Central.
Well, he ran past the first defender. The safety came over to help, went for the ball, and Garcia caught it. We'll come out in the Wildcat again, John, and flags fly before we get the play underway.
Yeah, I think Central moved, and there's the call.
So instead of first and goal from the 2, it's going to be first and goal from the 7.
40-yard completion to Garcia, the freshman. So he had back-to-back plays, the young man making an impact.
Well, we mentioned he is fast, and he showed that speed on that 40-yard completion.
I think the Valle coaching staff was a little bit taken by surprise. They didn't think Central had that much speed.
On the Wildcat, it is Cook. I'm sorry, it is not Cook. It is Sullivan. And Sullivan will be stopped at the line of scrimmage. It'll be second and goal from the 7. The Spartans may be one of the quicker teams. Again, as we have pointed out, they have some size. They are not particularly big. But speed kills.
And I believe, Sullivan's staying in, so he will be the Wildcat taking the snap.
And right up the middle and bounces off and gets it down to the 5, and there is nothing there. You might want to try something a little bit different. The stout Conquistador defense across the front there, they're big. And those linebackers are playing right up on the line. There is a
end of the first quarter.
End of the first quarter. At the end of one quarter of play, our score, it is Del Valle Conquistador 7, Central Spartans nothing.
Start the day off right by having breakfast at the Broken Yolk Café. Once again, voted best breakfast in Imperial Valley by you, our customer. Thank you. Now remember, Broken Yolk strives every day to bring you great service and great food. Still preparing everything fresh daily. Open for breakfast and lunch 7 days a week from 7 a.m. till 2 p.m. Log on to Broken Yolk Café and join the club or order your meal online. Broken Yolk Café on North Imperial Avenue in El Centro.
Stan's Auto Body has been serving customers in the Imperial Valley for many years now. Their mission is to be recognized as a premier provider of auto body repair services. Stan's Auto Body also works closely with you and your insurance company on your collision repair. They're committed to delivering superior quality and customer service by exceeding your expectations. Stan's Auto Body thanks you for making them #1 with CarWise.com. Give them a call or stop by 1880 West Euclid Avenue in El Centro.
Well, the Spartans have it third and goal. It is on the 6-yard line, and they are threatening. So, Coach, what are you going to come with here? A little bit of play action? See if you can have somebody crossing over the middle in the end zone?
Yeah, first, we need to see who is going to be at quarterback, and it looks like Sullivan.
Sullivan lines up. And now the Spartans jump. And instead of third and goal from the 6, it'll be third and goal from the 11, and that may change things significantly.
We'll see if they bring Rodriguez back out, their regular quarterback, as it looks like that may be what they decide to do. And, yeah, here he comes, along with the super freshman Garcia and Arturo Estrada, a sophomore.
And Estrada, also a speed burner. One is wide on the right, the other wide on the left. Marini is in a slot, as is Skylar Cook. Sullivan, the single setback. Everybody's out in the pattern, rolling and firing, and caught on a deflection for a touchdown. It's the freshman Garcia. Again, the Del Valle defender, Isaac Williams, tried to jump the play. It went off his fingertips, and Cook caught it as he was going down for the score. So this kid's a freshman, John.
Okay, so yeah, Garcia made the catch, correct?
Right. Yeah, off the deflection from Isaac Williams. And the kick is up. The kick is good. 11:54 to play in the first half. We are tied at 7.
The original Town Pump has relocated in Brawley at Brownies Diner, offering you the same great steaks and more. Open every day except Monday with patio dining, with breakfast and lunch served from 7:30 a.m. to 2 p.m., dinner from 4 p.m. to 8:30 p.m., and open Sunday 7:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. Now with indoor dining. For delicious home-style cooking at its best, now there's one location that has it all. Brownies Diner in Brawley. The CB Stop in Calexico is your one-stop location for ice-cold beer, wine, and your favorite beverages. They have a selection of sandwiches, chips, snacks, ice, and Flavor Lotto, including Powerball and Mega Super Lotto. You can even get fishing bait and a fishing license. The CB Stop has it all, along with a gas station with diesel and a car wash. Open 24 hours a day. The CB Stop, located in Calexico at the corner of Cole and Bowser Road.
The Central Spartans move the ball smartly downfield, and after a few fits and starts, do get it in for the score, with the freshman making another highlight catch. Kick fielded at the 5, dropped and picked up at the 1, and looking for some running room, and there is nothing. Getting the ball back to the 10-yard line is as far as we could get it, with Ben Flores having trouble handling the ball. It'll be 1st and 10, Conquistadors from their own 10-yard line.
Yeah, Rodriguez kicked a knuckleball down there, and they had a hard time catching it. So obviously the worst field position for the Conquistadors starting tonight.
Ramos, and a little bit of a mix-up in the backfield, but he does get the ball off to Martinez, Christian Martinez, and he'll pick up about 5, but they collided on the handoff attempt. So it'll be 2nd and 5. No huddle. Del Valle ready to put the ball in play. Back to pass, looking, has some time, gets it away, fired over the middle, incomplete. And the pass intended for Estrada, but in the same area, not 5 feet away, was Eli Molina. So I think somebody was in the wrong place, John.
Yeah, either the receiver ran the wrong play or the quarterback threw the wrong play. After starting 4 for 4, that's 2 incompleted passes now for the Conquistadors quarterback, Jesse Ramos.
3rd and 5, and on the ball's fumbled, and the Spartans recover it again on the play option. Stuck the ball in, and the running back didn't take it. And the Spartans did.
Yeah, I believe on the cover for the Spartans, Carroll, was the linebacker Dominic Lerma. First turnover of the evening for the Conquistadors.
And the Spartans have it 1st and 10 on the Conquistadors' 12-yard line. Rodriguez brings them out. He hands off to Sullivan. Sullivan goes into the middle, picks up a couple of yards, gets it down to the 9. So it's a pickup of 3, 2nd and 7. Charlie Sullivan does a good job. I think the only issue perhaps is Charlie Sullivan. They list him at 185. I don't think he's quite that big, John.
He'll grow. That's what they call one of those futuristic.
Timeout on the field. Spartans take the timeout. We will take the timeout as well. We've got 10:39 to play in the first half. We are tied at 7.
Your favorite NFL team plays on Imperial Valley's AM 1230, KXO Centro.
Hacienda Snack Bar has been around for a long time, serving breakfast and lunch Monday through Friday, serving your favorite breakfast burritos to the Hacienda burger. And when it comes to catering, they do it right with good hot food. They can put a meal together to fit your budget for any size party, big or small. Stop by Hacienda Snack Bar at 941 K Street in Brawley. quality. Talk to Mario and let him cater your next event, or call 760-344-5542. That's 344-5542.
It will be 2nd and 7. The Spartans have the ball on the Conquistadors' 9-yard line. The Spartans threatening after the turnover. A fumble. Sullivan, the single setback. Rodriguez with the pass, tosses it into the end zone and intended for Marini. Some pushing and shoving in the end zone, but it was kind of a mutual combat thing. No flag, and that was a good no call. But that was, okay, I'm going to throw it down here. You're taller than the guy that's defending you. Let's see if you can go up and get it.
So that's a timing play where Rodriguez was not looking any place other than the position to throw the football, and he threw it in the corner of the end zone. And give the Del Valle quarterback credit, he was right there as well.
3rd and 7. Rodriguez rolling to his right, looking, firing. This one's a bullet and incomplete, intended for Garcia. And it was a little bit high. As he was up, reaching for the ball, he got hit. Legal hit. Nothing wrong with that.
Miles Rodriguez is out on the field now to try a field goal. Should be about a 26, 27-yarder. We'll see where they're going to place it down.
They will spot it on the 18. That would make it a 28-yard field goal into the new STEM building. Okay, they'll spot it on the 16. So a 26-yarder. The wind is at his back.
Not as strong as it was at the start of the game.
Snap back, kick up, kick is good. 10:25 to play in the first half. It is Central 10, Del Valle 7.
We all love an expert. We've got a roof expert, a plumber, a great mechanic. The list goes on. Imperial Valley Allstate agent Julie Oliver is your local insurance expert that knows the community. So whether it's protection for your car, home, boat, motorcycle, or more, Julie is here to help. Call your local Allstate agent Julie Oliver today at 760-353-5800. That's 353-5800. Julie says, please stay safe and healthy. You are in good hands. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability.
The Central Union High School District is back in session, and they want you to know that it's safe. Teachers and staff are working hard to provide the best education for students, and students need the positive high school environment to succeed with in-classroom instruction and extracurricular activities. The Central Union High School District, Southwest High School, Central Union High School, Desert Oasis, and Phoenix Rising High Schools, and the CUHS Adult Schools salute their staff, teachers, and administrators. Once again, the kickoff is deep. It is bobbled by Diego Estrada. Estrada picks it up at about the 1-yard line, does get it out to the 23-yard line. And the Spartans are saying there was a fumble, and they have it. What do the officials say? The officials say it is
the Spartans had the football, but that doesn't mean that they didn't call the player down, as it looks like it will be Del Valle's ball. The Conquistadors, I think they're shocked a little bit by the speed that Central has put out there in the first quarter and a half. And right now, let's see if they get back to their basics, which for them, it's spreading the field out with 4 wide receivers and throwing the football.
Ramos from the shotgun. Martinez is right next to him. Looking to pass, dumps it off, and it is complete out in the flat, and hit and dropped immediately was Adrian De La Torre. And on the tackle for the Spartans, Damian Nelson. And along with him, Jared Martin,
4-yard gain. You mentioned Jared Martin's name sounds familiar, and yes, that is the defensive coordinator, Coach Brian Martin's second son.
2nd and 6. Handoff, Martinez into the middle. Martinez will push forward to the 30. They'll spot it right on the 30. It's a pickup of about 2. And it'll bring up 3rd and 3. The Conquistadors trying to get a running game going.
Yeah, their bread and butter is they like to throw the football. Obviously, that's why they have 4 wide outs. This time there's 2 flanked out to each side. Martinez, the lone setback.
Ramos on the play action dumps it off, and it is complete and smothered immediately.
We have another fumble, but they're going to call this one down, so the ball will be right at the 30-yard line, which is going to bring up 4th and 3.
Adrian De La Torre with the catch, hit immediately. The ground cannot cause the fumble, so it'll bring up 4th and 3. John, we have seen Central several times, and one of the things we noticed as the season has progressed, they keep getting better and better.
And let's credit the coaching staff. David Pena, that seems to be his hallmark now, and this will be his 5th year at the helm.
We'll have Del Valle's first punt, and it is away, and it will go out of bounds. Relatively short punt. It goes out of bounds. They'll spot it. 47-yard line in Del Valle territory. And as you pointed out, John, I think the Conquistadors a little bit caught off guard with the speed that the Spartans are showing. They spot it right on the 50. So after a brief huddle, the guys in the striped shirts decide, here's where it goes.
Centro right up on the line of scrimmage, ready to run a play.
Rodriguez from the shotgun puts Cook in motion. Hands off. It is Sullivan, and Sullivan will get a yard, not much more. And credit to Del Valle, that's about the 3rd time Sullivan has made it past one of the defenders, who reaches around and sheer strength brings him down.
We mentioned that they were big, fast, but they're also strong, this line of these Conquistadors. And obviously the Conquistadors know football as well, and they've been watching Skylar Cook go in motion. And when he stops and comes back to the line of scrimmage, they usually, meaning Central, runs behind him.
2nd and 9. Marini goes in motion. Handoff again. It is Sullivan. Sullivan tries to cut it outside, and there's nothing there. As again, the linebacker Estrada played that beautifully.
We've
held his ground.
We've called Estrada on the offensive side for the Conquistadors, and that looked like the Sullivan had a lot of running room here around the end, and the one player that could stop him came up, and that was Estrada, made the play. So now we've got 3rd and long, 3rd and 10. Obvious passing down.
Long count, snap is back, gets it away, fires. It is in and out of the hands of Marini. It was a little bit behind him. Had he caught it, it would have been a great catch, but it was a bit behind.
That time Del Valle actually blitzed their outside cornerback. Rodriguez, the Central quarterback, read the play, and he stepped up and threw it before the defensive quarterback could get there. Unfortunately for the Spartans, Rodriguez had a little bit more time, and if he would have just taken another fraction of a second, probably would have been able to complete that pass. He threw a real fastball, too.
We will have the Spartans' first punt of the night. A low snap, gets away a nice kick. Fair catch called for at about the 10, then he lets it bounce. Smart play. It'll be 1st and 10 on the touchback. The Del Valle Conquistadors put it in play 1st and 10 on their own 20-yard line. We are about 6 minutes and 46 seconds left in the first half. The first half seems to me to be flying by, John.
Yes, we'll make up for it at halftime. We're going to have a 23-minute halftime program because of the senior night, etc. So instead of the usual 15 minutes, they're going to extend it by 8 extra minutes.
Del Valle, 1st and 10. Ramos has Martinez right next to him. Play action, dumps it off in a little screen. It is complete. Estrada will take it out and be pushed out of bounds at about the 38. There was a block in the back. It's going to come back. Flag at the 20-yard line.
Yeah, Strada did not start, but since he's been on the field, he's been getting the majority of the snaps offensively and defensively.
And they call it a hold instead of the block in the back.
Which is actually a spot foul. So we'll see where they're going to.
They'll spot it on the 20 is where the flag is, so that should take it back to about the 10, where it'll bring up 1st and 20. The Conquistadors, maybe it's jet lag. And
can you have bus lag? Because they bussed in yesterday. They stayed overnight.
Okay. The Hacienda Snack Bar catered the meals. Ramos hands off. It is Martinez, and Martinez is brought down from behind. Nice tackle by the Spartans. Dominic Lerma. It'll bring up 2nd and 15.
Dominic's the one that recovered the fumble, and that time he saved a huge gain because there was nobody between the running back Martinez and the end zone if he didn't bring him down.
Only 2 down linemen for the Spartans. Getting the pass away into the flat. It is juggled and goes incomplete. And the pass intended for Damian Diaz. It was Damian Nelson on the coverage. The Spartans are not getting a lot of pressure on Ramos, but they're playing with 2 down linemen. Trips on the right side. Ramos looking downfield, has some time. Now chase out of the pocket, will turn it upfield, and is again caught from behind and will go down. And quick feet there by one of the linebackers, Israel Rascon. Rascon drops him, picks up a couple of yards. It'll be 4th and 5. The punt squad comes out.
Once again, Carroll, this Del Valle team seems to be surprised by the speed of the Spartans, as Ramos, as he cleared the line of scrimmage, was thinking first down, and he was brought down well short.
High snap, rugby-style kick. He gets away. There will be a roughing or running into the kicker penalty coming up. And the ball is loose at about the 32-yard line. And I think what the coaches are saying, hey, that was partially blocked.
Yeah, if somebody got a hand on it or even a fingernail on it,
yep.
It's a live ball. Now, Central, to their discredit, tried to pick that football up, and not only did the would-be ball carrier get planted, but I'm not sure if he didn't fumble, and Del Valle ended up with the ball anyway.
The officials are huddling. They want to get this right.
Yeah, they're standing at the 30-yard line where the Central player tried to field the kick, and if he lost possession of it, Del Valle fell on it. It's going to be their ball right there, first down. It's a post possession after the kick, so you don't have to gain, the first down or anything like that. All you need to do is recover the football, which is what I thought they had done. But the referees now are talking to the Del Valle team. Also, one of the coach. Usually the coach says allowed out on the field, but he's out there at the 30-yard line talking to the referee, John Seaman.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker.
So that's an automatic first down. The Del Valle coach wants to know why they don't get the ball on the 30-yard line for the recovery. Apparently the officials ruled that no, the ball was blown dead, and then the fumble happened. So what do you want? You want to take that and give the ball to Central, or take the penalty? And they took the penalty.
And John Seaman explaining the call to Coach Pena. According to Coach, that ball was tipped. And that's why it was such a short, ugly-looking punt.
But according to the only authority that matters, which is the head referee, John Seaman, he said, no, it was not. So Del Valle will remain with possession of the football all the way out on the 40-yard line.
5 minutes to play in the first half. Central 10, Del Valle 7, 1st and 10. Conquistadors from their own 40-yard line. Martinez with the handoff. Martinez finds a slot, turns it upfield, gets it across the 50 to the 49-yard line in Spartan territory. And he was brought down by Julian Ramirez.
11-yard pickup, and only the third first down here in the first half for the Conquistadors. Remember, they got their touchdown after they had recovered the fumble inside the 10.
1st and 10 from the Spartan 49-yard line. Ramos hands off. It is Martinez, and he is hit and dropped at the line of scrimmage. Charlie Sullivan did it. Blame him. And Del Valle, that's maybe the third or fourth time. There's been a little bit of confusion in the backfield, John.
Yeah, it looks like I believe they're having trouble reading this Spartan defense. Sometimes the Spartan defense has 3 down linemen, sometimes 4, sometimes 2.
Back to pass. Ramos looking, has time, dumps it off. It's a screen completed at the 50, down to the 40. Spun down and dropped at the 35-yard line. It is Christian Martinez out of the backfield. Picks up 15 and a first down.
Well-designed play, well-executed play.
Del Valle with the first down. No huddle. Getting the play signaled in from the sidelines. Ramos shares it with everybody else.
And Martinez now starting to make his presence known.
Wide right, wide left, slot right, slot left. Ramos back to pass, dumps it off. It is completed to Martinez. Martinez at the 30 and takes a big hit, but then delivers one of his own as he took a big hit from Julian Ramirez, but then pushed Ramirez back with his own hit.
7-yard pickup on that pitch and catch. Nothing fancy. Martinez right next to Ramos in the backfield, and he just drifts out, not runs, just drifts out as the Central cornerback was blitzing. No one was there.
2nd and 3. Martinez with the handoff. Martinez finds a gap, turns it upfield across the 20, the 15, down to about the 12-yard line. And he's brought down again by Julian Ramirez. That will be a first down, 1st and 10.
And ever since that punt attempt, which Central claimed was blocked, the referee said no and gave we're going to have a timeout on the field. Since that first down was acquired, the Del Valle Conquistadors have been marching right down the field.
2:11 to play in the first half. It is Central 10, Del Valle 7.
Stan's Auto Body has been serving customers in the Imperial Valley for many years now. Their mission is to be recognized as a premier provider of auto body repair services. Stan's Auto Body also works closely with you and your insurance company on your collision repair. They're committed to delivering superior quality and customer service by exceeding your expectations. Stan's Auto Body thanks you for making them #1 with CarWise.com. Give them a call or stop by 1880 West Euclid Avenue in El Centro.
Start the day off right by having breakfast at the Broken Yolk Café. Once again, voted best breakfast in Imperial Valley by you, our customer. Thank you. Now remember, Broken Yolk strives every day to bring you great service and great food, still preparing everything fresh daily. Open for breakfast and lunch 7 days a week from 7 a.m. till 2 p.m. Log on to Broken Yolk Café and join the club or order your meal online. Broken Yolk Café on North Imperial Avenue in El Centro.
John Driffill, it is 1st and 10. Del Valle from the Spartan 12-yard line. They have been driving, aided by that penalty, roughing the kicker. Ramos has Martinez right next to him. He's got 3 wide on the right side. Hands off to Martinez. No, he keeps it. Everybody went after Martinez, myself included, and Ramos took it into the end zone from the 12-yard line.
Yeah, that was about a well-designed play and fake that you could imagine with Martinez and with Ramos. As Ramos looked like he put the ball in the belly of Martinez, who was taking off to sweep or sprint to the right. Meanwhile, Ramos just kind of doubled up and tiptoed through the middle of the line and on into the end zone.
So we will have a point after attempt. The snap back, kicked up. Not a particularly pretty kick, but it is effective. 2:06 to play in the first half. It is the Del Valle Conquistadors 14, the Central Spartans 10.
The CB Stop in Calexico is your one-stop location for ice-cold beer, wine, and your favorite beverages. They have a selection of sandwiches, chips, snacks, ice, and Play the Lotto, including Powerball and Mega Super Lotto. You can even get fishing bait and a fishing license. The CB Stop has it all, along with a gas station with diesel and a car wash. Open 24 hours a day. The CB Stop, located in Calexico at the corner of Cole and Bowser Road. The original Town Pump has relocated in Brawley at Brownies Diner, offering you the same great steaks and more. Open every day except Monday with patio dining, with breakfast and lunch served from 7:30 a.m. to 2 p.m., dinner from 4 p.m. to 8:30 p.m., and open Sunday 7:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. Now with indoor dining. For delicious home-style cooking at its best, now there's one location that has it all. Brownies Diner in Brawley.
But, John, the Del Valle Conquistadors, aided by that 15-yard roughing the kicker penalty, end up putting 7 on the boards. The Spartans have 2 minutes and 6 seconds to play in the first half to see if they can retaliate.
Yeah, only one timeout for the Spartans, as momentum certainly aided the Conquistadors as they got that drive going.
High driving kick into the wind. It is fielded at the 5, and Garcia out to the 20, the 25, and across the 30 to about the 32-yard line. He's brought down by Alonso Galvez and Juan Archuleta.
Carroll, how many freshmen do you see returning kickoffs in the varsity level game?
Not often. And how many do you see with 2 highlight catches in the first half of this game as well?
Which he's been doing all year. We're joined in the booth now by Craig Lyon, so he will be your halftime guest. Is that correct?
That is correct, John. Rodriguez from the shotgun, looks, fires over the middle. It is complete to Garcia at the 40, the 45, dips and turns and spins and goes down at the 48-yard line in Del Valle territory, picks up the first down. He was wide open, and I think part of that is they are giving him a lot of cushion.
Yeah, they need to check that kid's birth certificate, make sure he's really a freshman. He sure doesn't seem to play like one.
He is lined up wide on the right side, double slot right side, back to pass, looking, and it'll be Rodriguez keeping it and turning it upfield and going out of bounds. Smart play by the quarterback.
Positive yardage and also stopped the clock as he picked up about 7-8 yards.
It is 2nd and 3, and the clock stops with 1:18 to play. Okay, I'm going to be looking for young Mr. Garcia. Sergio is his first name.
So Skylar Cook's awfully talented out there, and so is Marini. So Central has some real weapons on this offensive side of the football.
Back to pass again, looking, firing deep downfield. He's got Sullivan open, touchdown. Sullivan holds it in at the 10 and goes into the end zone. As Garcia picks up double coverage, Sullivan with single coverage outran that coverage and scores. Charlie Sullivan. The Spartans move ahead.
Now he's the elder statesman down there. He's a junior.
And that means he's going to be back next year and be even better. We'll have Rodriguez with the point after attempt, snap back, kick up, and the kick is good. 1:12 to play in the first half. The Central Spartans lead the Del Valle Conquistadors 17-14.
Hacienda Snack Bar has been around for a long time, serving breakfast and lunch Monday through Friday, serving your favorite breakfast burritos to the Hacienda Burger. And when it comes to catering, they do it right with good hot food. They can put a meal together to fit your budget for any size party, big or small. Stop by Hacienda Snack Bar at 941 K Street in Brawley. Talk to Mario and let him cater your next event, or call 760-344-5542. That's 344-5542.
We all love an expert. We've got a a roof expert, a plumber, a great mechanic. The list goes on. Imperial Valley Allstate agent Julie Oliver is your local insurance expert that knows the community. So whether it's protection for your car, home, boat, motorcycle, or more, Julie is here to help. Call your local Allstate agent Julie Oliver today at 760-353-5800. That's 353-5800. Julie says, please stay safe and healthy. You are in good hands. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability.
We have to kick off. Estrada deep to receive, but it is a short kick, and it is a fair catch at the 30. And that, I hate to make the fair catch, but Santiago Sienas, hey, smart move on his part.
And we're sure that he was coached to do that. The coach on the sidelines yelling, short kicks, fair catch, and the young man followed his coach's instructions. Del Valle still has 3 timeouts. Not a lot of time on the clock, but 3 timeouts. So if they decide to try to counter Central's 3-play drive, we'll see right now as they've broken the huddle with 4 wideouts, 2 to the left, 2 to the right.
Ramos. Again, shotgun. Martinez right next to him. Ramos looking, fires downfield. And it is almost intercepted. Charlie Sullivan on the coverage, and that pass was right at Charlie. Eli Molina, the intended receiver. Coach wants to talk to Mr. Ramos about that and say, not a smart move.
A great coverage by Sullivan, who's doing everything on the field tonight on the offense and defensive side, as he had the inside position. There's no way the defender could get to the football.
2nd and 10. Ramos. Hands off, and it is Martinez, and Martinez is hit and dropped immediately.
We have a flag in the backfield, so let's see if we're getting a late hit on the quarterback against the Spartans.
Tate Ramirez with the tackle, and there is a personal foul.
Well, that'll be a first down. I did not see. I was following the football. Now, Central can claim, well, look, we didn't know that the quarterback had handed the ball off, because when you do a running play, the quarterback is not like a passer. He's not supposed to be free to not be touched. So I'm sure the Central sidelines, that's what they're wondering why that was called.
John, as an official, you can say what you want as a coach, but hey, that's my call, and it's the right call. And breaking away, turning it downfield, and being dragged down is Martinez, but he gets it down inside the 30. Let's see where they eventually spot it, right at the 25-yard line. As the clock stops to move the chains, he never did get out of bounds. The Spartans kept him from going out of bounds.
That was the old Brawley play, the hook and lateral, where the receiver caught it and pitched it to the trailing back, and he was able to take it out for another first down.
Ramos with Martinez right next to him, looking, chased out of the pocket, will scramble and get hit, and he will be sacked as Ramos was hit by 2 Spartans, and one of them was Jose Rodriguez, and I didn't get the number of the truck that hit him the second time.
Yeah, Ramos was a little slow getting up. They have not taken a timeout as the clock was stopped because he was knocked out of bounds for a 4-yard loss.
It'll be 2nd and 14, spotted on the 29-yard line. Ramos with Martinez right next to him. Back to pass again, has time, looks, fires, got a man open in the end zone, incomplete. Estrada, had he caught it, would have been a beautiful one-handed catch, but it's only in the NFL you see that one-handed catch, John.
That ball was a little bit overthrown. There had to be a breakdown on the Central coverage. I believe what Central did that time is they did blitz the cornerback on that side, and so Estrada was running loose and free. We've mentioned since he's come onto the field, he's actually had a lot of the action towards him. And once again, right there, it was Carroll, a pretty designed play where Martinez is standing out in the flat. So the cornerback sprinted towards him, and then the intended receiver just went into that vacated area. He was wide open, would have had a first down. Let's see if the Conquistadors elect to use a timeout here. The clock has stopped, but they're a little bit slow getting this play off as it is 4th down.
4th and 14 from the 29. They will go for it. Ramos back to pass, has time, fires it into the end zone, and it will go incomplete. And there is a flag on the play, and
this looks
at
like
the line of scrimmage, I think it's going to be holding.
That's what this one looks like. Okay, blocked below the waist, but that'll be declined, so it will be Central's ball.
Central will take over on downs with 25 seconds to play in the first half. Central with a 17-14 lead. Calm down, Craig.
Now, Del Valle will receive the second half kick. So,
yes.
Craig, Carroll, you think we're going to go ahead and see Rodriguez try to throw one downfield to either Garcia or Skylar Cook?
Why not? The put your speed guys on the outside, and I'm talking about Garcia, Sullivan, Estrada, Cook, and let's see what happens. The Conquistadors playing a prevent defense, rolling to his right, dumping it off underneath, complete, nice catch, big hit, as the catch by Skylar Cook, and
looks like Central's going to take their final timeout.
They take the timeout. We've got, the clock is still running, so that's it. They didn't have a timeout. That's the end of the first half. At the end of one half of football, it is the Central Spartans 17 and the Del Valle Conquistadors from El Paso, Texas, 14.
McNeece Mart is your one-stop convenience store with a drive-through car wash. And now McNeece Mart has upgraded their car wash. It's state-of-the-art with 3 different washes to choose from the $7 express wash to the $9 deluxe wash to the best of the best $12 premium wash. Also, purchase 8 gallons of fuel and get $1 off your car wash. And get the punch card. Pay for 5 washes, get the 6th one free. Yes, McNeece Mart, your one-stop convenience store at the corner of Dogwood Road and East Main Street in El Centro.
The Central Union High School District is back in session, and they want you to know that it's safe. Teachers and staff are working hard to provide the best education for students, and students need the positive high school environment to succeed with in-classroom instruction and extracurricular activities. The Central Union High School District, Southwest High School, Central Union High School, Desert Oasis, and Phoenix Rising High Schools, and the CUHS Adult Schools salute their staff, teachers, and administrators.
The original Town Pump has relocated in Brawley at Brownies Diner, offering you the same great steaks and more. Open every day except Monday with patio dining, with breakfast and lunch served from 7:30 a.m. to 2 p.m., dinner from 4 p.m. to 8:30 p.m., and open Sunday 7:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. Now with indoor dining. For delicious home-style cooking at its best, now there's one location that has it all. Brownies Diner in Brawley.
Stan's Auto Body has been serving customers in the Imperial Valley for many years now. Their mission is to be recognized as a premier provider of auto body repair services. Stan's Auto Body also works closely with you and your insurance company on your collision repair. They're committed to delivering superior quality and customer service by exceeding your expectations. Stan's Auto Body thanks you for making them #1 with CarWise.com. Give them a call or stop by 1880 West Euclid Avenue in El Centro.
Your favorite NFL team plays on Imperial Valley's AM 1230, KXO El Centro.
We are at the half. The Central Spartans lead the Conquistadors from Del Valle High School in El Paso, Texas, 17-14. And with us at the half is the principal of Central Union High School, Craig Lyon. Craig, it's a pretty darn good football game to this point.
Oh, yeah, this is an exciting game. It kind of it just reminds me of when we were in Texas a couple years ago. It's the same thing. Both teams are they have that spread offense, and they both go after each other. So it's exciting. We're glad we're in the lead, though.
Okay, one of the things that John and I have speculated at is Del Valle seems to be a little bit caught off guard by the Spartan speed.
Yeah, they actually do. I mean, I was surprised. I know Del Valle's actually, been playing really well. But I'm talking to their principal earlier. They're a younger team, too. So they're getting to experience some, our speed with those young kids out there is tough to keep up with.
Okay. We want to talk about what's going on campus. Football game, great game.
Yeah.
But we want to know there is so much more going on this campus. And, we've talked to Josh about some of the athletic things, but there's a lot more to it, isn't there?
Oh, there's a lot of things going on here at Central, and I'm just excited to be a part of it because, as you can see, obviously here we got a beautiful STEM building that hopefully will be finished in the next couple of months. So,
I have been told by Arnold Preciado November.
Yes, that's what our goal is that if we can get everything situated, we'll hopefully do some grand opening things, maybe November 1st or so, or around that time period.
Okay, explain STEM.
Okay, our STEM is just science, technology, engineering, and math. So that's the STEM program. And what we're doing is that we're going to have all of our math teachers and science teachers move into the new building. But along with that, we have other programs. And so we started last year a engineering pathway, and we started a biomedical pathway. So we're going to have 2 specialized programs, along with the great programs that we already have through math and science with our AP programs. So, the AP bio and chemistry and physics, and same with our calculus and statistics.
Okay, you're getting students ready for the 4-year experience and a real life after that.
Oh, absolutely. That's the great part about a STEM program, and some of the programs that we have on here is the CTE programs, the Career Technical Education, and that's exactly what we're seeing with the engineering and the biomedical, because hopefully by the time they leave Central, they're going to be able to go to college and be more prepared, and or if they want to go into the career field immediately out of high school, they're going to have the knowledge to be able to go in and work for an engineering firm or maybe in some aspect of the medical field.
Well, I know my son-in-law, both of them actually, are software design engineers, and they're always looking for qualified people. So we'll see if we can get some recruiting done.
Oh, yeah, and we also have our AP Computer Science, and those courses also prepare these students to go into doing all the coding and aspects that I don't really know very much about, but I'm glad that our students have that opportunity.
My son-in-law has taught his 2 boys, my grandsons, how to write programs, the coding in several different languages. I didn't know there was a language, and they are multilingual in coding.
Yeah, well, it's amazing. The students that are coming through our elementary programs in our feeder school are already starting to teach the students this technology aspects of it. So when they come to Central, we're just hoping to be able to expand it and give them more opportunities to lead them into the career field of their choice.
Okay, let's talk about the Great Spartan Band.
Oh, yeah.
A highlight. It hasn't been that way for a couple of years, but for a number of years, the only reason you went to a football game was for the halftime show with the Spartan Band.
Oh, yeah. And the great part about our Spartan Band, the Great Spartan Band, is the fact that they're hand in hand with our football team now. And something that I got to see years ago back in the 80s with Jimmy Cannon and Coach Jones, Cal Jones. But you see that with Coach Pena and Renee Baker. They have a great relationship, and believe me, it's the 12th man to have them out here and supporting our football team and entertaining the community, which is second to none. Our band is amazing.
It is collegiate level.
Oh, absolutely. It's great to see. As I was talking to the principal and the assistant principal from Del Valle, they said the same thing. They go, this is that college atmosphere, especially our stadium. Our stadium, we're right on top of the field. And even in Del Valle, they have the track in between. So it leaves that gap. And here, you're on top of the field.
Yes. Okay. How did this matchup come about?
Well, actually what happened is both of us, a couple years ago, we both lost football games at the last minute. We lost one to Coachella, and they lost one to a team from Arizona. And there's a guy that helps sets up some football games across the state, actually across the nation, and between California and Arizona and Texas. And what happened was it just aligned. It was a 10-day turnaround from the time that they said, hey, look, we got a game in Texas. Are you interested? And 10 days later, we were sitting in El Paso playing at Del Valle. And then now they said when we got there, we would love to be able to come out and return the favor. And now what we hope to do is maybe go back out to El Paso in a year or two.
Exactly. And one of the more poignant things the game in El Paso was almost immediately after a tragedy in that city. And in reading some of the responses, some of the words from folks in El Paso, it was a big healing thing for the high school, for the team, for the community.
Oh, and absolutely. And the thing is that our student athletes and coaches and those and our fans that went, we had over 200 people probably show up at the game. It was a great healing and experience for us to be a part of their healing aspects of it. So, I mean, they put on an amazing show for us and brought us in and made us part of their community to deal with that. So it was good that we could help them in that healing process.
And, the trip, okay, it's what, a 12-hour bus ride?
Actually, no, it's about 9 hours. So it's not too bad.
Well, the last time I drove that, it was about 6.5, but we won't go there. But that doesn't remove it from the realm of happening every 2 years.
No, it doesn't. And after having our coaching staff and our players and our parents be a part of it, we feel like this is something we could do now. Yeah. And it's crazy. I was talking to Coach Pena. It sounds like some of the other Valley schools are thinking, we'd love to go to Texas too, because it is a good experience for our student athletes. Similar to the Texas students, a lot of them have never been to California, and now they have an opportunity to come out to California and play high school football, which you got to love that.
Well, there are some kids that grow up in the Valley and have never been outside of the Valley.
Absolutely.
And I mean, not even to Yuma or San Diego.
Yeah.
So it is an experience, for some of them, a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
And you're right in the sense that we talked to some of our former football players, and they'll always remember. They bring that up all the time about having that trip and being able to go to El Paso and play Texas football in Texas. So it was great.
Okay. Quick review. What did you think of the first half?
I was worried early because we were making some mistakes, and we still need to clean up those. Those are the key. You can't make those mistakes and give teams extra opportunities. But we did take advantage of some of them. We put the ball in the end zone. We're moving the ball really well, which I'm excited to see. And I think the key is we just got to get the ball in our playmakers. And you saw that between Garcia and Sullivan and Marini and Skylar Cook. I mean, you just go down the list, Artie, Estrada. I mean, those are great things. And as, John mentioned a few. They're all coming back pretty much next year. We're losing a few, but every one of our skilled players are coming back, so it's exciting to get them involved in the game.
So are you working on any transfers from Texas?
Oh, yeah, maybe. The crazy part about all of it, my cousin is dating, she's dating this guy, and she lives in Austin, and he actually went to Del Valle, and his nephew is one of the wide receivers. He ended up breaking his collarbone, but I have a connection already to Del Valle because, my cousin is dating one of, an uncle.
Well, El Paso and El Centro, or Imperial County, there is so much in common.
Oh, absolutely, border town, and that's what it is. We're very, very similar. Absolutely, yes. Very similar in our communities, which I think is great that we get to experience each other, through our own communities, going to Texas or them coming to California.
We go to La Jolla, love the high school, love the atmosphere. We don't have a lot in common with La Jolla.
That's true.
The experiences are shared.
Yeah.
Anything else exciting coming up, Craig?
You know what? No, I mean, I just think the fact is that there's a lot of great things going on here at Central, and I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to come on here and talk about our STEM building and all the other programs that are going on, because obviously our Legal Law Academy, you see these kids out there working the field out here too, but we got a lot of great programs on campus, and a lot of them are those CTE programs to give those students and make them prepared for college or careers.
And one of the things, and you go back to the Cal Jones period, a winning and exciting athletic program builds spirit throughout the entire campus.
Yes, it does.
And you feel it when you walk through the campus.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, on Fridays, just seeing the number of students wearing blue and white, you can't beat that. And the thing is, it not only does it with our students, it does it with our whole community.
Yes.
And we love bringing the community together because, hey, on a Friday night, stands full of our community members and parents and aunts and uncles and nephews and you name it. It's just a great experience here at Central. I love being a part of this family.
Okay, Craig, we appreciate the visit. And what do you see in the second half?
You know, I'm a little.
Come on, Coach.
Hey, no, second half has been difficult for us, and I want to see us continue to move the ball and limit the mistakes. If we can limit the mistakes, we're going to be in this ball game all the way in, and we'll hopefully be ahead on the scoreboard at the end.
You pointed out something that we have commented on. Second half, it just kind of went kablooey.
Yeah, and multiple games. We've been in them close, and the second half we let them get away because we make those mistakes. We got to limit those mistakes and learn from it because we got a tough road league schedule the next 3 weeks after this.
Okay, Craig Lyon, we appreciate the visit, and we'll catch up with you as the year goes on.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay. John Driffill, have you got some numbers for us?
Yes, as we are here at the half, and great to hear Craig Lyon give his take on the stuff going on here at Centro. There's a whole lot more than just football at this high school. A lot of great kids, a lot of great faculty members. And you mentioned, Carroll, and Craig mentioned that the couple hundred people that went to El Paso a couple of years ago, we look across the way, and there's more than 100 people, maybe 200, because I'm not good at estimating. But it's not like there's a sparse, empty crowd across the way. So that's good for El Paso that they travel with their team, too. In the first half, Del Valle ran the ball 14 times for 63 yards. 9 for 17 was their quarterback, who came in with a quarterback rating of 125, Jesse Ramos, 9 for 17, for also 63 yards. So I can't remember a time, Carroll, when we had 63 yards rushing and passing in the same half from the same team. That gave Del Valle a total of 126 first half yards, 8 first downs. There was one fumble that the Spartans turned into 7 points, and that was recovered by the senior Dominic Lerma. We'll be back and take a look at more after this.
The CB Stop in Calexico is your one-stop location for ice-cold beer, wine, and your favorite beverages. They have a selection of sandwiches, chips, snacks, ice, and flavor lotto, including Powerball and Mega Super Lotto. You can even get fishing bait and a fishing license. The CB Stop has it all, along with a gas station with diesel and a car wash. Open 24 hours a day. The CB Stop, located in Calexico at the corner of Cole and Bowker Road.
Start the day off right by having breakfast at the Broken Yolk Café. Once again, voted best breakfast in Imperial Valley by you, our customer. Thank you. Now remember, Broken Yolk strives every day to bring you great service and great food, still preparing everything fresh daily. Open for breakfast and lunch 7 days a week from 7 a.m. till 2 p.m. Log on to Broken Yolk Café and join the club or order your meal online. Broken Yolk Café on North Imperial Avenue in El Centro.
Welcome back to Central High School. We're at the half. The Spartans are leading the visiting Conquistadors from El Paso, Texas, 17-14. We mentioned that the Conquistadors balanced attack, 63 yards rushing, 63 passing for 126. Central had 12 rushes for 13 yards. That's because they had the one bad snap, and then they also had a player that slipped on a reverse. So they ended up with 13 positive yards, 7 for 12. In the first half was Damian Rodriguez, but here's the big number, 146 total yards. So Central, 159 total yards to Del Valle's 126. Central had 6 first downs, and Rodriguez did have the 1 interception. We'll be back to take a look at the individual stats for the Spartans after this.
Hacienda Snack Bar has been around for a long time, serving breakfast and lunch Monday through Friday, serving your favorite breakfast burritos to the Hacienda burger. And when it comes to catering, they do it right with good hot food. They can put a meal together to fit your budget for any size party, big or small. Stop by Hacienda Snack Bar at 941 K Street in Brawley. Talk to Mario and let him cater your next event, or call 760-344-5542. That's 344 888-782-5542.
We all love an expert. We've got a roof expert, a plumber, a great mechanic. The list goes on. Imperial Valley Allstate agent Julie Oliver is your local insurance expert that knows the community. So whether it's protection for your car, home, boat, motorcycle, or more, Julie is here to help. Call your local Allstate agent Julie Oliver today at 760-353-5800. That's 353-5800. Julie says, please stay safe and healthy. You are in good hands. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability.
Welcome back to Central Stadium. We're at the half. The Central Spartans lead the Valle of El Paso, Texas, 17-14. We mentioned that Central has 13 yards rushing. That was spread out among 3 different ball carriers. Charlie Sullivan had 10 carries for a total of 2 positive yards. The super freshman, Sergio Garcia, had 1 carry for 4 yards. And the quarterback, Damian Rodriguez, had 1 carry for 7 yards. It was leading up to their second touchdown. On the receiving end, the 7 pass completions, again, were spread out among 3 different players. Charlie Sullivan and Sergio Garcia were 2 of those 3. Charlie had 1 catch for a 41-yard TD. Sergio Garcia, 3 catches for 71 yards and a touchdown. And Skylar Cook, 3 catches for 34 yards. So it's been a very competitive game, a very well-fought game. We've seen penalties on both sides. We've seen mistakes on both sides. You get the feeling, Carroll, that whichever team is able to play error-free ball here in the second half, they probably will come out on top.
Well, that's one of the things that we talked about and Craig Lyon brought up as well. The Spartans have had issues in the second half. And whether it's a lack of concentration or playing a little bit out of control, or maybe it's because they're so young. But they've had their chances. And, in Palm Desert, had a great game up to the first half and then totally went south after that. So, we're going to have to see what kind of adjustments they're going to make in the second half.
Yeah, as you mentioned, the Palm Desert game, there was turnovers. 1 pass, pick 6. The next pass, intercepted, returned down inside the 20, led to 2 touchdowns in less than a minute. Same thing with Christian High. Central was actually leading late in the third quarter, and then Christian High put 3 touchdowns on them in the fourth quarter. So they have had trouble in the second half. Let's see what happens here today, as Central will kick off, and they will be kicking into the wind, which means they'll have the wind, although it has died down somewhat when they get the football in the fourth quarter.
Okay, our score here, it is the Central Spartans 17, the Del Valle Conquistadors 14. Imperial leads Brawley 6-0 first quarter score. Southwest leads Calexico 7-0. Again, first quarter score. The Central Union High School District is back in session, and they want you to know that it's safe. Teachers and staff are working hard to provide the best education for students, and students need the positive high school environment to succeed with in-classroom instruction and extracurricular activities. The Central Union High School District, Southwest High School, Central Union High School, Desert Oasis, and Phoenix Rising High Schools, and the CUHS Adult Schools salute their staff, teachers, and administrators. We are set for the second half kickoff. And we're underway. Short pooch kick, and it is a fair catch at the 37-yard line. As much trouble as the Conquistadors have had fielding a deep kickoff, you might want to consider that in mind, but it is spotted actually on the 38, 1st and 10, Del Valle High School from their own 38-yard line. They trail 17-14. Let's see what adjustments they have made. Ramos dumps it off in the flat. It is complete and spun down out of bounds after the catch and a short gain, the reception by Damian Diaz.
Yeah, nice 6-yard pickup, as that was a quick pitch and catch, and that's what Del Valle is known for. They've been doing that, been their bread and butter all year. So they're right up on the line of scrimmage again, and let's see if they do another quick pass.
It is 2nd and 4. The officials discussing some things with the Del Valle linemen. And I don't know whether it has to do with equipment but we're not quite ready to play.
Yeah, the referees are standing over the center so he cannot hike the football. And I cannot speculate what's going on.
There's an issue with the chains on the sideline. That's what the issue is.
That makes sense. When the player was knocked out of bounds, the chain got knotted up. And those chains, when they get knotted up like that, they're difficult to stretch back out.
2nd and 4. Now we are ready to play. Ramos has the ball go right past him, and again, he falls on it at the 30-yard line. And again, heads up, you don't try and pick it up and make something out of a bad situation because it's only going to get worse.
The freshman, Jared Martin, was bearing down on him. If he would have tried to pick it up, Martin would have hit him, which probably would have meant he couldn't have corralled the ball. He just slid right on it, which is what you're supposed to do, but a huge loss.
Back to the 30-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 18. Ramos again has trouble getting the ball, and he is hit and sacked.
Yeah, it looked like the center snapped the ball before Ramos called for it because none of the line moved either.
And now some of the offensive linemen are kind of looking at each other going, what? With the shoulder shrug. But the ball all the way back on the 15-yard line. It'll be 4th down. They need to get it to the 48. So that's roughly, 33 yards if my math is right, John?
Yeah, they've lost 30 yards on the last 2 snaps, 15 each. And so now, obviously, they will be kicking.
From the goal line, waiting for the snap. Snap is back, rugby-style kick, and it is a good one. It'll bounce at the 50 and take a Del Valle roll and be downed at the Spartan 36-yard line. 1st and 10 Spartans on their own 36-yard line when they put it in play.
You're listening to high school football on AM 1230 KXO El Centro and on the World Wide Web at KXORadio.com.
And I'm Carroll Buckley. With me, John Driffill. Our producer-engineer is Gabe Lemus with technical assistance provided by Kurt Hoffman. As we are underway, we started early. So that's why we're so deep into the game. Spartans. 1st and 10. And the handoff up the middle and finding some running room is Sullivan.
Yeah,
Sullivan picks up 4 yards, almost 4. Call it 3. 2nd and 7.
I want to comment, Carol, on that punt. A difference in California and Texas high school rules. In Texas, you do not have to down the football on the punt. When it rolls dead and stops, then the play's dead. But in California, it's not dead if you don't down it unless the official finally blows his whistle. So we saw one of the differences right there on the punt.
From the pistol, Ramirez hands off, and again, it is Cook right into the middle. And did you see the blocking there, John, with the offensive lineman and the defensive lineman? Carried it all the way through to the whistle and then patted each other on the shoulder and said, okay, that's what the sport is about.
And Central here, they've run twice. They've got 3rd and about 3. Let's see if they continue. They do have Sullivan back.
Everybody's in tight. And now one of the Spartan down linemen jumps. So instead of 3rd and 3, we'll make it 3rd and 8. Spot the ball now. Back on the 38-yard line.
And that will change the play as they had set up with Sullivan and the Wildcat. So now Rodriguez comes back out in the traditional quarterback spot.
Estrada wide on the left side. Garcia wide on the right side. Double slot right side. Single setback. Back to pass, rolling to his right, looking downfield and trying to dump off the screen. It goes incomplete. And it'll bring up a 4th down. There is a flag on the play, and let's see what this one is about. It's off on the...
It's on the line of scrimmage in front of the Conquistador bench, and they're going to wave that off. I think they were speculating that there was an illegal receiver downfield, but then when they looked at it, that was Skylar Cook who was downfield. It wasn't one of the linemen.
4th and 8 punting situation. Charlie Sullivan does the punting. Estrada deep to receive. He has had trouble hanging on to the ball. Good snap. High. That's a telephone booth kick. Straight up. And takes a reasonable bounce. And it was touched by one of the Conquistadors, and the Spartans recover. Bonehead play by one of the Conquistadors. And the Spartans played it smart and recovered it. He got in the way. The ball is just kind of bouncing around, and it hit him. He should have been nowhere near that football. Spartans get the break. Maybe that's a good sign, John. That's the kind of break that would have gone the other way in the earlier games.
And Del Valle, starting out with their first possession, ended up with 4th and about 35, 38. Central now, they had to kick, so let's see if we get some momentum on their side.
Dump it off. It's a little screen underneath and across the 50 to the 40. Moves across the 35. Another big move. Stays on his feet. Spins down to the 27-yard line. Artie Estrada, the sophomore. He's a sophomore. How did he get in there? He's too old.
Boy, did he not only show some moves, but he showed some speed. And once again, I'll say it probably for the 10th time, Del Valle is really having trouble with the speed of this Spartan team.
1st and 10.
20-yard pickup.
Estrada on a little dump off in the flat. Sullivan single setback from the pistol. Marini in motion. The handoff is to Sullivan. Sullivan this time finds a hole and crosses the 25 down to about the 23-yard line. The players get tangled up. No harm, no foul. There was no evil intent in that.
Yeah.
They just got tangled up.
Yeah, a little bit of frustration now from Del Valle is that was a quick hitter, and Centro for the first time tonight really powered through the play, their blocks. Unfortunately for the Spartans, Brennan Haven is limping off, and he'll be replaced. And coming on for Brendan is Jonah Huerta, who is been the seasonal starter.
2nd and 4. And it is from the Wildcat. It is Sullivan, and he crosses the 20 down to about the 17. That's good for the 1st down. And again, John, in the other games we've seen, this is where Central went south. Right now, they are moving from east to west towards the goal line. 6 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter. Central leads 17-14. The ball is on Del Valle's 18-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Spartans, taking a lot of time in the huddle.
Central may have to take a timeout here to save a delay of game penalty. You don't have they're counting back, so that means they're out under 10 seconds. And so now, Coach Pena took the timeout.
We'll take the timeout. 5:37 to play in the 3rd quarter. It is Central 17, Del Valle 14.
McNeece Mart is your one-stop convenience store with a drive-through car wash. And now McNeece Mart has upgraded their car wash. It's state-of-the-art with 3 different washes to choose from the $7 express wash to the $9 deluxe wash to the best of the best $12 premium wash. Also purchase 8 gallons of fuel and get $1 off your car wash. And get the punch card. Pay for 5 washes, get the 6th one free. Yes, McNeece Mart, your one-stop convenience store at the corner of Dogwood Road and East Main Street in El Centro.
Well, John, let's see if the Spartans can sustain a drive and, overturn the hex that has bedeviled them in the second half of several games this year.
Rodolfo Lizzarola is in the backfield now as the H-back. First time we've called his name.
And Sullivan from the Wildcat. Sullivan, nothing inside. He turns it to the outside, cuts it across the 10, the 5. Sullivan into the end zone for the score. 18-yard scamper out of the Wildcat for Charlie Sullivan.
His second touchdown of the evening. And that time Del Valle just collapsed because they had been running between tackles, and Sullivan took it outside. And his speed beat the defensive backfield of this team, and they're lined up for 2, Carroll.
And now they jump. And let's see what they decide to do now.
Yeah, you would think they were going to kick it. You certainly don't want to try to run for 2 here from 7 or 8 yards off the end zone, but looks like they're going to. Well, now I'm not sure what they're going to do.
The officials are discussing a few things now.
Okay, so now you start the play clock.
Okay, he didn't get into the end zone, John. He apparently went out of bounds. And went out of bounds.
So he must have gone out of bounds around the 4-yard line because it's back on the 9 now.
Yes, and it is Sullivan from the Wildcat, and Sullivan down into the end zone this time, definitely. One official did signal touchdown. The other one said, no, he went out of bounds. Our apologies. But Sullivan did get it in for the score eventually. Now we will have a point after. They weren't lined up for 2, John. They were lined up for 6.
Yeah, the kick was blocked, Carroll, but here in California you can't return it, so it's no points, although Del Valle would like to.
5:07 to play in the third quarter. Our score here, it is Central 23 and Del Valle 14.
The original Town Pump has relocated in Brawley at Brownies Diner, offering you the same great steaks and more. Open every day except Monday with patio dining, with breakfast and lunch served from 7:30 a.m. to 2 p.m., dinner from 4 p.m. to 8:30 p.m., and open Sunday 7:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. Now with indoor dining. For delicious home-style cooking at its best, now there's one location that has it all. Brownies Diner in Brawley.
The Central Spartans with a 23-14 lead over the Conquistadors from Del Valle High School in El Paso, Texas. And the Spartans, well, they did make that mistake with the illegal procedure, but they made up for it. That's a good thing. And again, we will have a deep kickoff this time, and it is fielded on the run at the 15. Estrada out to the 20, 25, 30, across the 35 out to the 37-yard line. He is brought down by a bunch of Spartans led by Cesar Becerra.
And on that kick, although Central had been pushing it, they kicked it deep, and the ball is pretty much about where it's been each time Central's kicked to the Conquistadors tonight. So they put the ball on a 37-yard line. After the disastrous opening drive in this half for the Conquistadors, let's see if they can come up with something. I expected them to keep doing those short passes, but then they had that extremely poor snap, and then the other snap that looked like it wasn't on the right count really put them back in a big hole.
Wide right, wide left. Handoff is Martinez, the running back, and he gets it out to the 40, a pickup of 3. And he is brought down by Gavin Marini. Also in on the tackle, Jared Martin. 6'2", 190 freshman, John.
Well, Gavin Marini is a junior. So as Craig Lyon said, a lot of youth on this team, and perhaps we're seeing that tonight too. They're just maturing throughout the games, and they've had a very tough schedule this year as well.
2nd and 6. Dump it off in the flat. It is complete. Spartans converge on Estrada. The slot back that went in motion, made the catch, and gets very close to the first down. And they spot it and say, first down.
2 for 2 here in the second half.
4 minutes to play in the third quarter. Ramos dumps it off again, and it goes through the hands of 2 Conquistadors before it goes out of bounds, incomplete. And again, maybe somebody was in the wrong spot. You typically do not have 2 receivers right on top of each other.
Yeah, that's that quick passing game, Carroll, where they both go about 5 yards down the line of scrimmage, and one's flanked out wide and the other one's inside of him. So they're both in the same area.
2nd and 10. Handoff, it is Martinez. Martinez is hit and pushes and powers his way. He picks up 4 yards after initial contact and carries it down to the 46-yard line in Spartan territory, 3rd and 3.
And as you said, at least 4 of those yards he gained on his own, 5'9", but 180. He's a very strong runner with very thick legs. The whole entire divided team looking across the way, waiting for the play to be called in.
3rd and 3, spotted on the Spartan 46. Snap back, and on the RPO, it is Ramos keeping it. Ramos will get the first down. 3 Spartans hit Martinez, the running back. Meanwhile, Ramos, the quarterback, kept it and picks up the first down, a gain of 5. 1st and 10, spotted on the Spartans' 41-yard line.
And this is good practice for the Spartans, Carroll, because in the bell game, they're going to see Gutierrez for Brawley run that play probably 10 times or more.
This time he does hand off to Martinez. Martinez breaks through, gets into the secondary, down across the 30 to about the 28-yard line. Christian Martinez. And he is brought down by Josiel Rodriguez, among others. 1st and 10 on the 29. Del Valle driving. Handoff again. It is Martinez. Martinez picks and chooses, finds a hole, gets across the 10 to the 5, and spins into the end zone. Touchdown.
No, this is coming back, Carroll. We had a takedown. Number 75 didn't block. He tackled the freshman for the Central Spartans, Martin. And you can't be any more obvious on that. Their coach is all the way out, stand on a 30-yard line, but he just literally tackled him. He didn't block him. He didn't grab him. He hugged him and pulled him to the ground. Obviously, and that's why there was such a big hole.
Obviously, he's a wrestler.
But you would wonder, either side of the football, why there was such a big hole, and the film would show that's why. Spot foul, so they're going to move it all the way back to the 35-yard line, so it'll be a net loss of 6 yards.
It'll be 1st and 16. Ramos with a lot of weapons. Spread formation, single setback, and again, that is Martinez. Basically the only ball carrier we've seen out of the backfield. And he gets the football again. This time he still finds a hole, cuts it across, and picks up all the way down to the 22-yard line.
Yeah, he was hit right at the line of scrimmage, and Central kind of pulled up because they thought he was going to go down. But that young man has shown in this quarter he doesn't want to lose this ball game.
2nd and 4. Pickup of 12. Clock continues to run. We've got a minute 20 to play in the third quarter. Estrada goes in motion. The handoff is Martinez. Martinez again hit at the line, but struggles forward and picks up 2. And that is good for the first down.
Yeah, first downs courtesy of Martinez, 3 of the 4. But now you might see where instead of even worried about the pass is where Ramos is going to pull that ball back and take off. He's been very successful running that play.
3 wide on the right side, the wide side. From the pistol, dropping back, getting chased, and getting sacked. And shooting through and making the sack, we give credit to Chase Ramirez. And it was almost like they were trying to set up a screen because nobody blocked Ramirez. It is 2nd and 17.
Del Valle looking across the way to get the call in on 2nd and 17.
And this, if they get it underway, will be the final play of the third quarter.
Now, they've had success giving the ball to Martinez on these 2nd and long.
Back to pass. Ramos has time, looking. Now he's chased out of the pocket. Now he's chased and turns it upfield and is hit. Picks up some yardage, but not enough. And that's the end of the third quarter. At the end of 3 quarters of play, our score, the Central Spartans 23, Del Valle Conquistadors 14.
McNeece Mart is your one-stop convenience store with a drive-through car wash. And now McNeece Mart has upgraded their car wash. It's state-of-the-art with 3 different washes to choose from the $7 express wash to the $9 deluxe wash to the best of the best $12 premium wash. Also purchase 8 gallons of fuel and get $1 off your car wash. And get the punch card. Pay for 5 washes, get the 6th one free. Yes, McNeece Mart, your one-stop convenience store at the corner of Dogwood Road and East Main Street in El Centro.
The Central Union High School District is back in session, and they want you to know that it's safe. Teachers and staff are working hard to provide the best education for students, and students need the positive high school environment to succeed with in-classroom instruction and extracurricular activities. The Central Union High School District, Southwest High School, Central Union High School, Desert Oasis, and Phoenix Rising High Schools, and the CUHS Adult Schools salute their staff, teachers, and administrators. It's high school football on AM 1230 KXO El Centro, California. 3rd and 15. Ramos looking for a receiver. It's a screen underneath to Martinez. Martinez across the 20. Struggles down to about the 11-yard line. And that will be shy of the first down.
This will bring up 4th and short. Now, they could go for a field goal because a field goal touchdown will give them the lead or the victory. And let's call out props to the freshman, Jared Martin. He trailed that play, but he was the one that caught Martinez and kept him from getting a first down.
It is 4th and about 3. Ramos with an empty backfield. Now he puts Martinez in motion. He doesn't hand off. He fakes to Martinez, keeps it, and strolls into the end zone untouched.
Yeah, that's that read run pass option where they fake the sweep to Martinez, and Ramos just lets all the players clear out, and he runs right up the middle, a big hole, all the way in the end zone for a touchdown.
So that brings Del Valle a bit closer. It is 23-20. They will try the point after.
And Carroll, after those 2 disastrous snaps that cost them 30 yards, they finally are in the plus side of the rushing here in the second half.
The kick is up, and the kick is good. 11:16 to play in the football game. It is Central 23, Del Valle 21.
The original Town Pump has relocated in Brawley at Brownies Diner, offering you the same great steaks and more. Open every day except Monday with patio dining, with breakfast and lunch served from 7:30 a.m. to 2 p.m., dinner from 4 p.m. to 8:30 p.m., and open Sunday 7:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. Now with indoor dining. For delicious home-style cooking at its best, now there's one location that has it all. Brownies Diner in Brawley.
Stan's Auto Body has been serving customers in the Imperial Valley for many years now. Their mission is to be recognized as a premier provider of auto body repair services. Stan's Auto Body also works closely with you and your insurance company on your collision repair. They're committed to delivering superior quality and customer service by exceeding your expectations. Stan's Auto Body thank you for making them #1 with CarWise.com. Give them a call or stop by 1880 West Euclid Avenue in El Centro.
Our score, it is Central 23, Del Valle 21. The kickoff fielded at the 10, and it is Garcia up the middle, then bounces to the outside and out to the 40, and it is not Garcia. He ran like Garcia, but that's the other speedster, Arturo Estrada. So these Spartans will start off with pretty darn good field position.
Yeah, Central needs something like that because you get the feeling that they're going to need to score again, that this Del Valle team, they're showing their pedigree, Carroll. They're not number one in their division back in Texas without reason. And they just marched right down the field and picked up a touchdown when the game was starting to slip away from them. Great return by the sophomore.
Rodriguez, Damian brings him out. He's in the pistol. Now the Del Valle middle guard jumps offside. So it'll be 1st and 5.
That's pretty easy to call when the middle guard just jumps and puts both hands right on top of the center.
And it's not like he's just a little guy that can hide. I mean, this guy's 275 pounds. 1st and 5, spotted on the 46.
Rodriguez 1 for 2 here in this half with a touchdown.
Marini goes in motion. Handoff it is to Sullivan. Sullivan lowers a shoulder, crosses the 50, and gets very close to the 1st down.
Yeah, this is either going to be, it's going to be 1st down. They gave him the 5 yards, and he earned every bit of it.
I love the way he just lowered the shoulder and hit the would-be tackler, and the tackler played it well. He locked in on the belt buckle and then got hit for it. 1st and 10, Spartans on the Conquistadors' 49-yard line. Marini again in motion. Fake. And the quarterback is hit and loses the football, but Sullivan hustles back and covers it at the 38-yard line.
Yeah, that was a tremendous, perhaps game-saving recovery, as I did not see the number of who came in. I believe it was their nose guard. That was a quick play where Rodriguez was going to just stand up and throw it, and they got hit right as he was getting ready to release the football for a big loss.
2nd and 21. Rodriguez rolling to his left, looks downfield, fires deep downfield, and just out of the reach of Garcia. Garcia had beat double coverage. It'll bring up 3rd and 21. But he just outran 2 defenders, and he had a couple of steps, and the ball a yard overthrown.
Centro did a good job of rolling Rodriguez out of the pocket so that he did not get any pressure. And after getting hit, that was a nice-looking ball, just a hair too long.
Same play. Nope, dump it off in the flat to Garcia. Garcia gets a block, spins across, and gets it down the sideline before he is pushed out of bounds.
Very close to the 1st down.
It is a 1st down.
And that was, the 1st down was picked up by Garcia. The ball went about 3 yards. He went the other 23.
Charlie Sullivan is a bit gimpy. Let's see, he is staying in, but he appears to be a little bit gimpy. It is 1st and 10, Spartans. They have it on the Conquistadors 39. John, after this play, I got to share something with you. Sullivan from the Wildcat. Sullivan with the ball. Sullivan right into the middle and gets nowhere. Every time I say Conquistadors, I have this horrible flashback to the San Diego Conquistadors.
The basketball team?
Yes!
Which I believe they turned into the San Antonio Spurs.
Or the Houston Rockets.
Is that it? One of those Texas teams.
Anyway, ill-conceived.
Now, when you say it, I think of Sarah High School, which were the Conquistadors, but they've been changed. They're now Canyon High School.
2nd and 10. Rodriguez takes it, fires, and it is incomplete, intended for Garcia. As that time, he had 2 of the Conquistadors on him. Had he caught it, there wouldn't have been much of a gain. And in now In the running back position is Dominic Gomez. Gomez replacing Sullivan. We said Sullivan was a bit gimpy. 3rd and 10. Looking downfield, dumps it over the middle. It is Garcia across the 30 and struggles down for a first down at the 26-yard line. It's a freshman, John. It's a freshman.
And that's 2 big third down conversions. One, which was about 3rd and 23. That one was a more normal 3rd and 9. But, imagine that's a freshman that you're going to right now.
Raleigh leads Imperial 14-9, and that's at the half. Rodriguez looks, fires. It is complete. And good for some yardage to Skylar Cook, where it's a pickup of 6, 2nd and 4.
Cook's first reception here in the second half.
Calexico leads Southwest 13-7 at the half. Raleigh leads Imperial 14-9 at the half. Here, we've got 7:20 to play in the football game. Central leads 23-21. Central is driving, and it is Sullivan turns it up the field and is pushed out of bounds. But he gets the first down to the 15-yard line. So Sullivan, after a little bit of a rest, is back in and looking well. First and 10, Spartans on the Conquistadors' 16-yard line. Sullivan from the Wildcat. And standing right next to him is Rodolfo Lizola. Sullivan fires into the end zone. It is complete to Marini. They did not expect that.
Well, they've been running the Wildcat, and Valle had all 11 players up to the line of scrimmage, but let's see if this is going to count.
They spot the ball on the 16, and
they say it's second down, so it must not have been a completed pass.
Okay. Let's come back with the same play.
I think this time Del Valle might be ready for it, although Sullivan is still in the quarterback position, but Del Valle is not quite stuck in the line of scrimmage.
Sullivan will sweep to the left side, turns it upfield across the 10. And let's see where they mark him down, right at the 10. It'll be 3rd down and 6, just shy of the 10.
Interesting if they don't get a first down here, Carroll, and they're not within a yard or so, what they decide to do.
Clock is running. We've got 6:40 to play in this football game. Central leads 23-21.
And that is a lot of time. There's plenty of time here.
From the Wildcat, Sullivan with the snap, rolling to his right, looking. He'll turn it upfield. Sullivan will go out of bounds at about the 14, so that'll bring up the 4th down. We'll find out.
He actually was knocked out behind the line of scrimmage, lost a couple yards.
So it'll be 4th and about 8, and Rodriguez comes out to try a field goal.
Be a 31-yarder. And he did make one previously, but he also had a PAT blocked.
6:27 to play in this game. Gold shoe, Miles Rodriguez. And now the Spartans have to take the timeout. We will as well. The Spartans lining up to attempt a field goal We'll be right back.
Start the day off right by having breakfast at the Broken Yolk Café. Once again, voted best breakfast in Imperial Valley by you, our customer. Thank you. Now remember, Broken Yolk strives every day to bring you great service and great food. Still preparing everything fresh daily. Open for breakfast and lunch 7 days a week from 7 a.m. till 2 p.m. Log on to Broken Yolk Café and join the club or order your meal online. Broken Yolk Café on North Imperial Avenue in El Centro.
Okay, this is an important field goal. Spartans lead by 2. A field goal would mean, okay, a touchdown could give Del Valle a lead, but a field goal won't.
That's what the block PAT did, which without that, you might have seen the Spartans actually run something here to try to go for it.
Now they are going to go for it. Rodriguez from the pistol with Sullivan right next to him. Marini goes in motion, floods the left side of the field, and fake to Sullivan, fires into the end zone, and it is caught by Garcia, and I believe I know there's a flag, and I think it's going to be pass interference. Is it going to be offensive or defensive?
Yeah, huge call coming up here.
It is holding against Del Valle. Garcia with a third highlight catch. Remarkable. So we got to figure out what they're going to do, John.
Let's see if they go for 2 on this. No, they're going to try to kick it.
Kick it will still make it a 2-score game. Snap back, kick up. It's ugly, but it dribbles over the goalpost. 6:20 to play in the football game. It is Central 30, Del Valle 21. It's high school football. We are live on AM 1230 KXO El Centro, California, and on the World Wide Web on our YouTube channel.
Start the day off right by having breakfast at the Broken Yolk Café. Once again, voted best breakfast in Imperial Valley by you, our customer. Thank you. Now remember, Broken Yolk strives every day to bring you great service and great food. Still preparing everything fresh daily. Open for breakfast and lunch 7 days a week from 7 a.m. till 2 p.m. Log on to Broken Yolk Café and join the club or order your meal online. Broken Yolk Café on North Imperial Avenue in El Centro.
CB Stop in Calexico is your one-stop location for ice-cold beer, wine, and your favorite beverages. They have a selection of sandwiches, chips, snacks, ice, and Flavor Lotto, including Powerball and Mega Super Lotto. You can even get fishing bait and a fishing license. CB Stop has it all, along with a gas station with diesel and a car wash. Open 24 hours a day. The CB Stop, located in Calexico at the corner of Cole and Bowker Road.
We're set for the kickoff as the Spartans. Okay, now they will march off the penalty.
That was on the PAT, so Central could have taken the 1.5 yards and gone for 2, but they'd rather kick off from their own 45, hoping to pin the Conquistadors back well into their own side of the field.
We should point out the brand new STEM building in the East End zone, an American flag, a California flag, and a Texas flag as well. Deep kick, and it will go out of the end zone. So the Conquistadors will put it in play. It will be 1st and 10. El Paso on their own 20-yard line. John, we had talked about it. Craig Lyon talked about it at the half. The Spartans shooting themselves in the foot in the second half of several games this year, games they should have won. And so far tonight in the second half, they have held up. Let's see if they can hold up defensively. Ramos with Martinez right next to him. Ramos back to pass, looking, firing. It is tipped and caught by the Spartans for a pick 6. And taking it in was Elijah Perez. Little dump off in the flat. The Spartan defender tipped it, and it went right into the hands of Perez, and it's a pick 6. That simple. A 23-yard return on the interception.
So what was happening to Central earlier in the year in these late third, early fourth quarters, now it's happening to the opposition, which I believe that does speak to the maturity, the development. This Spartan squad is impressive, Carroll, as they're now getting ready to go for the PAT. They might need another timeout as they're a little bit late getting their team out.
I would just take the penalty and save the timeout. Miles Rodriguez, high snap. It's brought down. The kick is up. The kick is no bueno. 6:12 to play in the football game. It is Central 36. El Paso 21.
We all love an expert. We've got a roof expert, a plumber, a great mechanic. The list goes on. Imperial Valley Allstate agent Julie Oliver is your local insurance expert that knows the community. So whether it's protection for your car, home, boat, motorcycle, or more, Julie is here to help. Call your local Allstate agent Julie Oliver today at 760-353-5800. That's 353-5800. Julie says, please stay safe and healthy. You are in good hands. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability.
Hacienda Snack Bar has been around for a long time, serving breakfast and lunch Monday through Friday, serving your favorite breakfast burritos to the Hacienda burger. And when it comes to catering, they do it right with good hot food. They can put a meal together to fit your budget for any size party, big or small. Stop by Hacienda Snack Bar at 941 K Street in Brawley. Talk to Mario and let him cater your next event, or call 760-344-5542. That's 344-5542.
Kickoff down, fielded at the 10-yard line by Del Valle's Adrian De La Torre, and De La Torre brings it out across the 30, the 40, across the midfield stripe, down to the 41-yard line in Spartan territory. The Spartans cannot let up.
Yeah, this game's not over yet. There's plenty of time, and the pedigree of this Del Valle team, they're in their 12th year of fielding varsity football, and the only year that they did not have a winning record was 2 years ago when Centro was one of the teams that beat them.
1st and 10, Del Valle from the Spartan 41-yard line. The handoff is Martinez. Martinez with a big hole, cuts across the 35 down to the 34-yard line.
Huge pickup there, but Centro's willing to give them those kinds of gains. They don't want to get that quarterback loose.
2nd and 7. Ramos again hands off. Again, it is Martinez. Martinez dragged down from behind, but he gets the first down at the 30-yard line. The clock continues to run. We've got 5:30 to play in the football game. The Conquistadors in a hurry-up offense.
Del Valle has all 3 of their timeouts, so there's still a lot of time left.
Empty backfield. Ramos takes the snap. Ramos looks downfield, chased out of the pocket, turns upfield, dumps it off in the flat, and it's dropped. It is in and out of the hands of Eli Molina. Molina, how many times have we said he started running before he had the ball securely tucked away?
I feel badly for Ramos. He couldn't have done any more if he would have walked out there and handed him the football. He just tossed it nice and easy, gave him a chance to catch it, and as you said, he turned his head upfield. Now, the Spartans were playing deep, so he wasn't going to get a touchdown. It would have been a first down, but it does stop the clock as we see the entire Del Valle offense looking to the sidelines. They've got the play in. Ramos has it. Martinez, his teammate.
Right on the hip, right side. Back to pass. Ramos with a big rush, chased out of the pocket, rolls to his left, looks downfield. There's nothing there. Cuts back to the right, dumps it off, and throws it away.
And after all of that, let's give some props to Martinez, who he blocked about 4 different Spartans that time as Ramos was running all over the place.
And no holding, no blocking in the back. Did a great job. So, again, as you say, props to Martinez. Christian Martinez. 3rd and 10. 5:06 to play in the football game. Del Valle threatening from the Spartan 30-yard line. Ramos hands off. It is Martinez. Martinez hit and dropped. Gets down to the 31-yard or 26-yard line. Clock continues to run. It is 4th and 6.
Yeah, that time Del Valle was hoping to catch Central blitzing and covering deep, but a great tackle there by the Central Spartans on that. Let's give props to Rodolfo Liziola, one of the players on the tackle.
Empty backfield. Ramos has time now. He's chased out of the pocket, rolls to his right, looks, he's hit as he throws. It is juggled and caught by Diaz, and Diaz will take it down to the 10-yard line. That's good for the first down.
That was a 4th down play, a big play, 16-yard pickup, 4 completions and 8 attempts.
First and goal from the 10. Ramos hands off Martinez with a hole in the middle, takes it down to about the 7-yard line. And that's where he is wrapped up. And that was Jacob Beltran Cazares with the tackle.
Yeah, Del Valle with a sense of urgency right up on the line of scrimmage.
Second and goal from the 7. Ramos looking to the right, flooded the right side of the field, turns it upfield. He's hit and spun down for about a 10-yard loss. And that would be Jared Martin, one of the ones that hit him.
We certainly have called a freshman tonight, haven't we, Carroll? Let's see. I was surprised that Del Valle did not take a timeout there to stop the clock as it continues to run as the ball is all the way back on the 15-yard line on that 8-yard loss.
Julian Ramirez also in on that tackle. It is 3rd and goal from the 8.
This is that run-pass option, but nope, they're going to throw it.
Fires into the corner of the end zone, and it is
touchdown.
Caught. Touchdown. The catch by Jaime Guerrero. And that puts 6 on the boards for the Conquistadors.
Central did have 2 players back there, but they just weren't able to knock the ball down. It was a perfectly thrown pass.
It is the point after attempt.
Let's see if we see an onside kick after this, Carroll.
I would bet. Snap back, kick is up, kick is good. With 3:10 to play in the football game, our score, it's an 8-point ball game. Central 36 and Del Valle 28.
Stan's Auto Body has been serving customers in the Imperial Valley for many years now. Their mission is to be recognized as a premier provider of auto body repair services. Stan's Auto Body also works closely with you and your insurance company on your collision repair. They're committed to delivering superior quality and customer service by exceeding your expectations. Stan's Auto Body thanks you for making them #1 with CarWise.com. Give them a call or stop by 1880 West Euclid Avenue in El Centro.
Okay, John, my bet's on an onside kick, and the Spartans have the hands team up at the 50-yard line.
Yeah, they have Cook. Also out there is that super freshman, Sergio Garcia, Arturo Estrada. So they're all up there on the 50-yard line. Let's see what they do.
All the little numbers. And it is an onside kick, and it bounces, and who's got it?
Looks like Del Valle was able to cover it.
They were. Del Valle able to cover that football, so with an 8-point lead, the Spartans now, a touchdown and a 2-point conversion, we've got a tie.
And we have been saying that the game was not over, that this Del Valle team, their pedigree, and it looks like they have run that onside kick a lot in practice, and Central didn't look quite ready for it, like they weren't exactly sure if they were to block, try to get the football, or to do what. And Del Valle just hustled right down and picked up the football after it went the necessary 10 yards.
So, 1st and 10, Del Valle from the Spartan 44-yard line.
Central defense, let's see if they can stiffen up here. We have an uncovered player for Del Valle on the left.
And the handoff is to Martinez. Martinez is hit and dropped. A big tackle by the Spartans. Maliki Okan.
That's a 3-yard loss, and no sense of urgency to use one of their 3 timeouts as the Del Valle sideline is calling in the play. Clock is still running.
2nd and 12. Ramos drops back, looks, has some time. Now he's chased out of the pocket, turns it upfield, and it is almost picked off. As closing in was Rodolfo Lizola. Almost got the pick.
And this team, Coach David Pena and then defensive coordinator Brian Martin, they really have their kids well schooled. As Lizola was right there in the passing lane, was able to make a play on the ball. Clock does stop for the incompleted pass.
2:30 to play in this football game. It's an 8-point lead for the Spartans. Del Valle with a 3rd and 12 from the Spartan 46. Back to pass again. Dump it off. It's a little screen. Martinez can't bring it in. Shoulda, woulda. Had he caught it, he had 3 guys in front of him and might still be running, but it's incomplete. Brings up a 4th down. No, they're not going to punt. Don't worry.
And I give props to you, Carroll, for not saying what happened for that poor individual. He turned his head upfield again before he looked the ball into his hands. So easy to do that with these. We forget that these are only kids. They're 16, 17, 18 years old as Del Valle takes their first time out.
We've got 2:26 to play in the football game. Central leads 36-28. John, I had, all the years I played varsity football, I never had a pass thrown to me. I couldn't wear glasses when I was playing because they would fog up. And I couldn't see the football without glasses. They never threw it to me. Besides, they couldn't get it to me amongst those giants that were 5'8", 5'9". So I wasn't much of a target.
I thought you would have been perfect, though, to run behind those big linemen. The defensive players wouldn't be able to see you. And I'll have to send a memo to Mr. Buckley saying he should have got you some contacts.
Yeah, well, with the severe astigmatism at that time, you couldn't wear contacts.
Yep, wouldn't have done any good.
4th and 12. The game hinges on this play. The ball on the Spartan 46-yard line. Del Valle, this is it. Ramos back to pass. Ramos fires deep downfield, and it is tipped incomplete. Great coverage downfield by Jaime Guerrero. And it goes incomplete. The ball turns over to the Spartans with 2:20 to play in this football game. And Del Valle has 2 timeouts.
Yeah, so this game is not over. Central is going to either have to pick up a first down or they will be facing a 4th down. If they don't, which means they would have to turn the ball back over, but by then Del Valle would have burned their timeouts.
Full house in the backfield, and it is a Wildcat, and it is Sullivan, and he is tattooed and dropped in his tracks by Dominic Calderon. And he'll lose a yard. It'll be 2nd and 11. The clock continues to run. There is no 2-minute warning in high school football.
Del Valle is expecting them to use their timeouts after 2nd and 3rd down. There was no doubt that the Del Valle team was going to come after Sullivan. They weren't going to worry about any, fake stand-up passes or anything like that. So let's see if Central tries to run that play again, as all 11 players were coming in after Sullivan.
Everybody again in tight.
They don't need to hike the ball yet. There is no play clock to see, but the referee back deep will start mentioning his arm.
He just did.
That's 10 seconds to go.
Snap is back. It is Sullivan. Sullivan will carry it out to the 47-yard line, and Del Valle takes the timeout. 1:27 to play in this football game. It is Central 36, Del Valle 28.
We all love an expert. We've got a roof expert, a plumber, a great mechanic. The list goes on. Imperial Valley Allstate agent Julie Oliver is your local insurance expert that knows the community. So whether it's protection for your car, home, boat, motorcycle, or more, Julie is here to help. Call your local Allstate agent Julie Oliver today at 760-353-5800. That's 353-5800. Julie says, please stay safe and healthy. You are in good hands. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Start the day off right by having enjoying breakfast at the Broken Yolk Café. Once again, voted best breakfast in Imperial Valley by you, our customer. Thank you. Now remember, Broken Yolk strives every day to bring you great service and great food, still preparing everything fresh daily. Open for breakfast and lunch 7 days a week from 7 a.m. till 2 p.m. Log on to Broken Yolk Café and join the club or order your meal online. Broken Yolk Café on North Imperial Avenue in El Centro.
It is third and about 9. And it is Sullivan rolling to his left, looking for some running room, spins out to the left and is spun down. And
it's going to be a horse collar or face mask. We'll see if it's going to be enough for a first down.
Gio Duenas brought him down, and as you pointed out, either horse collar or face mask. And let's see.
It must be a first down because Central is keeping their offense out on the field.
Personal foul, face mask, that's a 15-yarder, and it is a first down. And that's a backbreaker.
So that should finish the game right here. Devay still has one timeout, but right now Central could run a play. They take the timeout, 2 plays, and the game's over as the clock is now in motion.
Minute and 10 to play in this football game.
Yeah, Central's going into the victory formation right now as they've got Sullivan all the way back 25 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
And the ball is snapped. A knee is taken. John Seaman keeps the clock running.
Central players employing their sidelines to get up and cheer and yell as Devay has conceded. Now, they're not going to use their last timeout, which there's no need to.
And you certainly don't want to get anybody hurt.
Excellent football game we've seen tonight, Carroll. The best of the year.
It is another step, and now there is a flag that flies.
They're going to go ahead and call it. Well, I thought,
wind the clock. That's the game.
They're going to call it. There's no sense for flags or anything else.
And that's our game. Yeah, they're going to keep the clock running, and we don't need another snap. The final score, it is Central 36, Del Valle Conquistadors from El Paso 28.
Hacienda Snack Bar has been around for a long time, serving breakfast and lunch Monday through Friday, serving your favorite breakfast burritos to the Hacienda burger. And when it comes to catering, they do it right with good hot food. They can put a meal together to fit your budget for any size party, big or small. Stop by Hacienda Snack Bar at 941 K Street in Brawley. Talk to Mario and let him cater your next event, or call 760-344-5542. That's 344-5542.
McNeece Mart is your one-stop convenience store with a drive-through car wash. And now McNeece Mart has upgraded their car wash. It's state-of-the-art with 3 different washes to choose from the $7 express wash to the $9 deluxe wash to the best of the best $12 premium wash. Also, purchase 8 gallons of fuel and get $1 off your car wash. And get the punch card. Pay for 5 washes, get the 6th one free. Yes, McNeece Mart, your one-stop convenience store at the corner of Dogwood Road and East Main Street in El Centro.
It's high school football on AM 1230 KXO, El Centro, California, and on the KXO YouTube channel. John is working on the numbers. We'll have the numbers. We'll have a scoreboard update. And then we are going to go to Mickey Dale and George Grijalva as they have the Imperial Tigers and Brawley Wildcats game, but we'll get to that. The Central Union High School District is back in session, and they want you to know that it's safe. Teachers and staff are working hard to provide the best education for students, and students need the positive high school environment to succeed with in-classroom instruction and extracurricular activities. The Central Union High School District, Southwest High School, Central Union High School, Desert Oasis, and Phoenix Rising High Schools, and the CUHS Adult Schools salute their staff, teachers, and administrators.
Stan's Auto Body has been serving customers in the Imperial Valley for many years now. Their mission is to be recognized as a premier provider of auto body repair services. Stan's Auto Body also works closely with you and your insurance company on your collision repair. They're committed to delivering superior quality and customer service by exceeding your expectations. Stan's Auto Body thanks you for making them #1 with CarWise.com. Give them a call call or stop by 1880 West Euclid Avenue in El Centro.
Well, the Central Spartans prevail. They put together a good second half. Not just good, it was a pretty darn good second half, and held on for the 36-28 victory over the Del Valle Conquistadors from El Paso, Texas. The Spartans, the Achilles heel in several games earlier this year was a second half where they had issues controlling the game and lost a couple of games that they should have won because of that. But tonight, it worked to their advantage in, they pushed Del Valle into the mistakes that they had perhaps made previously. As I said, John has got some numbers. We'll go over those numbers. Then we will join the Brawley and Imperial game in progress. Brawley leads Imperial 20-9 in the third quarter. Calexico leads Southwest 13-7. Last night, Palo Verde beat Holtville 40-8. Tomorrow night, Calapat and Vincent Memorial will tee it up. And again, that game tomorrow evening, kickoff is at 6:30. That game will be played at Eagle Field on the campus of Southwest High School in El Centro. The game tonight, as I said, it's remarkable in the way the Central Spartans have continued to improve as the year goes on. And you can see the maturity of a very young team as they get it together. They work well together. They have several ways of coming at you. I will say tonight, I did not see as many of the deep in the bench the way we have seen oftentimes with Coach Pena. John, you got some numbers for us?
Well, the most important, of course, is the scoreboard where Central comes out on top to move their record to 3-4. They won the game 36-28. Del Valle had 30 rushes from scrimmage for 86 yards, but they only had 23 in the second half because of those two awful snaps that cost them 30 yards in their first possession. 14 for 29 was their all-star quarterback Ramos for 119 yards, giving Del Valle 207 total yards, 14 first downs. There was two big turnovers, both leading to touchdowns. One was the fumble that was recovered by Dominic Lerma, and the other was an interception by Elijah Perez, who actually took it into the end zone for the touchdown. On the other side of the football, Central ended up running the ball 27 times for 56 yards, 15 for 20. Passing in the entire game was the combination of both Rodriguez and then Sullivan did have the one pass. And we'll add up all that he's done, and we'll take a look at that after this.
Well, high school football, and we can tell you we just went over some of the scores for you and updating. In the third quarter, it is Calexico 13, Southwest 7. Brawley leads Imperial 20-9 in the third quarter. And again, our final score here was 36-28. John?
Yeah, let's take a look at this, make sure we get it correct. Central had 27 rushes for 56 yards, 15 for 20, 15 for 19 was actually the quarterback, Rodriguez, for 156 yards. That gives Central 212 total yards, 207 for Del Valle. Even numbers across the way, 14 first downs for Central and Del Valle, both teams, but only one turnover. That was the interception in the first half right at the start of the game. Individually, rushing the football, as always, 22 carries, Charlie Sullivan for 56 yards and 2 touchdowns, 1 running, 1 receiving. Also, Sergio Garcia had 1 carry for 4 yards. Damian Rodriguez had a carry in the first half. He was sacked 3 times in the second half, so that it gives him a total of negative 4 yards on the game. So that's how we have the 56 total rushing yards. The 15 completed passes were spread out among 4 different ball carriers. And looking at them, we can see that Charlie Sullivan had one catch for the 41-yard touchdown. Sergio Garcia, a huge night, as he had a total of 4 catches for 55 yards and 2 receiving touchdowns. Also, getting 2 receptions was the Central Spartans. 4 receptions was the Central Spartans Skylar Cook for 40 yards. And not to be outdone, getting in on the action, Arturo Estrada had 1 reception for a huge 20-yard gain on a 3rd and long that set up the scoring drive for the Central Spartans. So what we saw tonight was a young team maturing. We saw a fired-up Valle team coming from El Paso, looking to get some revenge after being beaten 2 years ago in a very competitive game. This game as well was competitive. But when it's all said and done, Central got a very important victory, 36-28.
And again, that was the final score. The Central Spartans with a 36-28 win. Next week, John and I should be in Palo Verde for the Central Spartans and the Palo Verde Yellowjackets. And that game coming up next Friday night, that's where we will be. High school football on AM 1230 has been brought to you this evening by the CB Stock in Calexico, Hacienda Snack Bar in Brawley, Julie Oliver with Dickey Insurance Services, your Allstate agent. McNeece Mart at Dogwood and Maine, El Centro, by the Central Union High School District, Stan's Auto Body, Imperial Valley College, the Town Pump and Brownies Diner, and by the Broken Yolk Café. We want to thank Gabe Lemus, our producer-engineer, Kurt Hoffman with some technical assistance, John Driffill, color and stats. I'm Carroll Buckley. Right now, we're going to go to Mickey Dale and George Grijalva in Brawley for the Brawley Wildcats Imperial Tigers game.
KXO AM 1230, the best oldies on the radio.